All right, what's going on, y'all? Shout outs to everybody in the building. My bad, y'all. I am sick. I am getting over food poisoning. So shout outs to everybody here. We in the building is Player Talk Radio. I am your gracious host. Right back at the helm of today's show. My name is DJ Kuda. Welcome back to the show, man. I wanted to do like a whole production for you guys on today's show, but I gotta recover. You know what I'm saying? So thank you everybody that hit the like button. Shout outs to everybody in the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, support the show. What's going on, Miss V? You know I always got some stupid shit going on. I get better for like one day and then, you know. Miss V, I am so happy, love. They gave me back my radio show. YouTube was blocking the show for an extra month behind the scene and tried to pretend like they didn't know what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope my fellow YouTubers look out for that when they want to, reprimand you on the back end and have you looking and sounding stupid, to your peers. They'll start blocking and doing stuff on the back end, and they know what they're doing, man. But I'm glad they at least gave me back my radio show and the ability to, go live from third party apps. They literally blocked me from going live from third party apps and tried to pretend like they didn't know what was going on. You know, man, they messed up my birthday. They messed up my birthday. They messed up my New Year's. The whole month of January, the channel took a blow. There was two videos that I had that kept the channel afloat. Honestly, you know. But shout outs to everybody here in the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, support the show, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. We are absolutely back. We gotta build it up, all right? No, I didn't give them. They're not gonna give it back to me. I didn't even do nothing. They're not gonna give it back to me. Everybody can react and share videos and respond to videos, but me and a few other people. They say it's reused content when the whole time you're not even sharing the video. You up here talking. They ain't gonna get that back to me. They rather get the free money from the channel than any of that stuff. So whatever. I don't even be doing it. I just be here talking. So that's just crazy. You know. But shout outs to everybody here. Good to see everybody. Um, man, let's just get into the story. I gave you guys a lot of context and really, told you guys what was gonna happen. Honestly, with this whole 50 Cent beef with Big Meat. But you know what's funny? I sat down the other day while I was thinking about today's show. I started very late because I'm sick, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, 50 been trending for a minute. 50 been trending for a minute, you know. I forgot like last month. Remember he went on Cameron's show, and Cam and Jimmy got into it, and that was over 50 Cent. So even 50, caused the divide between Cam and Jimmy. And I was watching a couple of people's take on it, and the guy that had the best take on it out of all people, other than me, was Joel Santana. He said, "Man, you know how 50 is and stuff like that," and he was like, "Well, all the people that 50 done beefed with, he done got cool with them." So he was like, "Why was it wrong for Jim to hang out with 50 then and it's not wrong for Cam to hang out with 50 now. It was an interesting question, and kind of know the answer to it, but good question nonetheless. You know. All right, now YouTube is acting stupid. All this damn menu diving just for YouTube, man. Come on now. Okay, here we go. Oh, they changed YouTube up. Damn, why they change YouTube up like this, man? Bro, YouTube is horrible, man. This menu diving shit is bad. All right, let's get into the game. It's Player Talk Radio. Y'all hit the like buttons. What's going on, friendly, unfriendly stoic? Good to see you, bro. My bad, y'all. I'm up here menu diving. He says 50 smoking that Gotti pack. Yeah, people want him to be the big guy, but I mean, if somebody put a hit out on you, and is linked to the person that shot you 9 times, you know that shit would have been crazy. Oh, you said reused content is also about reused images too. You said Kuda, it's because you keep the video up as an overlay throughout your entire live stream. Yeah, because I'm breaking it down, but yeah, you're right. Maybe I should take it down. But sometimes too, when people are hovering over the video, they see what they're interested in. They see what they see what they're interested in. But let's go. 50 Cent's son jumped in on it though, y'all. We were covering how um Little Meech was mad at 50, and you know, um 50 Cent's son jumped into it. So check this out.
Fame or clout, man. You famous or you're a clout chaser. Let's get to it. So you got this whole situation when it comes to Big Meech, Little Meech,
So
50 Cent, Little 50 Cent. And it's crazy because what Marquise is saying, that's 50 Cent's son. He's saying, look, man, you thought you was special, huh? Who told you was special? Man, even though 50 Cent and his son ain't rocking with each other, man, they sure in the hell got the same type of sense of humor. You feel me? Because I died laughing when I heard that post. I'm about to play it for you in just a second. But if you ain't called up, Lil Meech, he basically sent.
so 50 don't really have too much of a relationship with his son. And like I told you guys on the last show, he probably looks at Little Meech like a son figure. I think his son and Little Meech is around the same age. And honestly, don't think for not 1 second 50 don't want a good relationship with his son, or wouldn't take the opportunity to put his son in any of his movies and stuff like that. You know? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, King Von, I ain't trying to squash no beef. We into it till you die in the street. Yeah, man. King Von is a demon, man. You know, y'all go look up T Roy. T Roy, the real demon. But let's go.
50 sent a text message. In his text message, he like, yo, I'll give you the shirt off my back. And, you know, what my pops got going on, I'm loyal to you. My pops just needs a little bread. Hold him back until, the new season of BMF start. So 50 Cent put underneath that post, like, what new season, little nigga? And then today, 50 Cent post, Lil Meech gonna be on Love. his son talking. Let's get to it. Get in the comments and let me know what you think. Gang.
Yeah.
Put the likes up, y'all.
I woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head, and I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. So I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. To to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. So I feel like it's somebody out here.
They got the same type of sense of humor. You know. Hold on. And Rick Ross said that they're gonna make their own movie. Their own BMF movie. I guess compete with 50s. That's gonna be crazy. One second, y'all. That's another thing too. Uh, as a millionaire, if Meech hits some money so that he could come home to, he being monitored, so he personally can't go pick it up, or go get it. So I guess he got to play this game of where the money came from again once he get out. Because if he run around with millions again, then they're gonna seize that. You know. So I guess he needs somebody around him with money. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They need somebody around him with money to wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Shout out to Unfriendly Stoic. Stoic, I saw you. You left your WhatsApp in the chat. I gotta on Discord. I gotta log in and grab that, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate Unfriendly Store for dropping the huge $2 on the Cash App. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Man, y'all, my stomach is rumbling, y'all. So my ass got to go get some medicine today. So I appreciate everybody that supports the show. I will be back. I will take it, go get some medicine. All right. But yeah, man. Rest in peace to Irv Gotti. You know what I'm saying? You know, I guess it depends on what side of the war you on. So a lot of people were saying that 50 Cent is acting like a kid, but like, I mean, this is the end of an era. Murder Inc. was a big thing. You just had to be there. And the funny part is that half these people don't even know who Irv Gotti is. You know, and Get Rich or Die Trying was way past half these people time that's like that think they know who the hell 50 Cent is. It was interesting.
Or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special? You thought you were special.
All right.
And
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so it's like 50 has every. I mean, some opportunities you don't have to take it. You could, you know, I don't know. You might be able to look at a situation like that and be like, yo, like 50 could be petty at this point. 50 could be petty. So saying that he's not going to take the opportunity to be petty, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you kind of giving that man too much credit. The 50 been waiting for times like this, honestly. And it's crazy how it happened. He been trending for a long time. You know what I'm saying? He been trending for a long time. And you know, like since the whole Cameron and Jim Jones thing, 50 been in the spotlight, and he's turning this into promo for what, I'm not sure. You know, somebody said out of pettiness, he should do a Rick Ross movie, which would kind of be hilarious. Which would kind of be hilarious. But it's crazy that 50 Cent's son is up there kind of just going in on Little Meech, because it's like, I'm his son and you kind of running around here like you his son on this series, and you're acting like you're special. you know what's going on, Ghost Man King? Shout outs to you, man. You said exposing the DMs was a whole move, but 50 been doing this the whole time. When Young Buck was crying on the phone, people couldn't get enough of that. And then they family divided anyway. Together, y'all hit the like button, support the show, hit the Cash App. Let me ask y'all: Did y'all get to see this story right here? Um, I didn't know she was from where I'm from. There was a sister that hated black men, like literally. I'm gonna just play this for you. Check this out. I want to cover this story. I wonder, Miss V, have you heard of this story? This influencer went viral for hating black men and found unsubscribed after auditioning for Baddie. Check this out.
All right, so if anybody recognizes this house, this is the house where uh, Raina or Karen Dunlap was found dead in. As you guys can see today, it is, I can't remember the date for today, but anyway, today it's boarded up. As you can see, there's a nice little dedication in the front. I believe her family left that. Not only is it boarded up, it is been scheduled for demo. As you can see, the markers are very clear. When you see marks like this, where the gas line and everything's been marked, these are early indications of demo. So this house is coming down.
Yeah. All right. Here's her post. Raina 97 Savage. I want black. You get kicked off of YouTube. You get kicked off of every social media site just for winking at a sister. Right? Look at what she posts. I want black men unsubscribed. I want black women to admit they are, and I'm not sure because the logo's covering it up, but look at that.
Black men. Black men. Oh, wait. Let me specify even more. Brown skin and dark skin men. Because y'all pull a little bad light skin who y'all gonna make real pretty kids with. And then you treat her like shit. Are you serious? You could have had a little dirty, dark.
It's like, shorty, shut up. Shut up. You were feeling yourself. And rest in peace to her. Sometimes we go before we can clear up our ignorance, you know? But you think you can pull a light skinned girl and make babies with her and then, man, shut up. God didn't stop making pussy when he made yours. And you're not the only light skinned woman on the planet. And the majority of light skinned women don't feel the way you do. Sad.
Y'all pull a little bad light skin who y'all gonna make real pretty kids with, and then you treat her like shit. Are you serious? You could have had a little dirty, dark ass bitch for all that.
New tonight, the family of a Prince George's County woman is desperate for answers. Karen Dunlap, a popular social media influencer, left home last fall on a trip to Ohio, but she never returned home. Investigators found her body in Cleveland a week ago, but they have no clues on what happened to her.
I don't know if y'all realize, but I'm trying to keep it very professional, might I say. Y'all already seen the intro and can already see what we're about to get into. Basically, a woman who was considered an influencer went viral for talking about African-American women and men, but especially men. And she went to go audition for the reality TV show Baddies, go figure. And whatever transpired, she ended up being found deceased. So we're going to get straight into it, man. Shout out to Crime Corner. I'll leave a link to the original video pinned in the comments below so y'all could go support and check them out. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm.
Crime
and if
Corner,
you're
yo.
not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
I'm pressure. Any girls who don't like me are not pressure. And if you can't bag me, it's because I have better pressure.
What?
Black men. Black men. Oh, wait, let me specify even more. Brown skin and dark skin men, because y'all pull a little bad light skin who y'all gonna make real pretty kids with, and then you treat her like shit. Are you serious? You could have had a little dirty, dark ass bitch for all that. Do all that. Like, have her. Like, let that be your thing. I'm so sick of black niggas pulling mixed bitches and treating them like they didn't win the lottery. Like, bitch, are you serious? Are you serious? I could have been a white guy right now, but I'm with your black ass. Your little struggling black ass.
There you go. I could have been with a white guy, but I'm with your black ass. There you go. Get it all out. Let the evil that you love course right through you. Let's get it all out.
Oh, your little disenfranchised black ass. Your little where's my stimulus check black ass.
You see that Ghostman King? She was trying to meet up with White Zaddy from Ohio, but met Izeth. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. That's wild. Y'all hit the like button. Please support the show. Hit the Cash App. Let's get a couple more supporters on the show. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We got our radio show back. We about to be back in full swing. I got to reset everything up and restructure everything. So I'll be up all night. If you could please support the show, let's get it.
Chicken eating, motherfucking.
Chicken eating.
Watermelon sucking, Kool-Aid drinking, black ass.
I don't know, Miss V. Good question. I don't even know how she got unalived. I was wondering why they were talking about the gas line in her house. Maybe somebody hit her with that carbon monoxide, you know? I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, my barber is my king, black ass. I didn't pay my child support, black ass.
What else?
I hope I don't get evicted on the 5th of the month.
And they love them type of niggas.
Man, I'm sick of this, man. I don't give a fuck. Hey, cancel me for real.
What type of responsible niggas gonna have this girl going to a bad?
And I want y'all to know that with my full heart, with my full chest, Niggas ain't it. Like, chill. Like, stay where the fuck you are. I see why.
No white man worth a damn gonna put up with that. Paul Wall, all you know, shit. Nigga, who was the other one? Who's that white dude from Miami with the grill in his mouth and the wicks? BFD something. That nigga, even the white black people ain't gonna put up with that shit. Bottom shelf Brad won't even put up with this shit.
Society treats you like that. And Trump was on to something, but y'all black asses couldn't get it. So
BF something kosher?
yeah, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done acting like I'm one of y'all, man. That shit. Y'all black asses can kiss my little pretty light skin mixed.
Karen Dunlap.
Now,
racially ambiguous light skinned sister. Tell me something we haven't seen before.
Here's the thing with that, and we see this a lot. It's called colorism. Whereas whether you're black, whether you're
no, she's getting into featureism too.
Spanish. Let me tell y'all right now, and for the people in the back, because there's people that feel just like her out there in the world. You may not voice it
scared to say
as boisterous as her, but there is people that feel like that, unfortunately. If there was one of those things where back in the days, and I think y'all know what I'm talking about, and they said, well, you come with us or you go over there with the quote-unquote blacks, you know what would happen? She would go right over there with us. So it's always interesting to see people like this. But one thing I would say, it starts from home. It starts with how you view yourself. Right? 9 times out of 10, one of these guys probably broke your heart, whatever the case may be. That anger comes from something. Whether you learned it.
No, you had some Creole people. They don't want to talk about this, but you had some Creole people that was on the same shit as her, you know? Oh, I'm not black like y'all, you know? I'm not black like y'all. Y'all black like this. I'm something completely different, you know? And white people was gassing them up to sell us out. And once they rounded all of us up and got us, because we trusted them, once they rounded us up and got us on the boat, white people like, oh, okay, good job. You did a great job. Now you get your ass on that fucking boat. And they're like, what? I'm not black. It's like, nigga, yes, you are. Why the hell would we trust somebody that's selling out their own people for us? What say you ain't gonna sell us up the river? Get your ass on that boat and put them chains on.
In your house or whatever the case may be. But just understand they all group us and label us the same. You're all a minority unless you look like them. Crazy.
Lap, a popular social media influencer, left home last fall on a trip to Ohio, but she never returned home. Investigators found her body.
Look at her mom. Look at her mom. See what I'm saying?
In Cleveland a week and a half ago, but they have no clues on what happened to her.
It's horrible. I feel like somebody kicked a hole through my soul, and the biggest part of my heart is gone.
This is the story of Raina Dunlap, a bold and controversial social media.
That's funny because dudes just think anything, and women sit there and think right along with them anything light-skinned is pretty. Bro, have y'all seen light-skinned ugly? Bro, light-skinned ugly is a completely different, you know, a completely different brand of ugly. You know, light-skinned ugly is horrible. You know? You can see every flaw, clear as day. You know, light skin ugly hit different. Let's go.
Media influencer known as the Nude Queen.
Look at that.
She was a woman chasing fame, determined to make her mark in the world of reality TV. But what started as a
she allegedly from where I'm from. She from PG, Pretty Girl County.
Journey to audition for Baddies Midwest.
And those girls would have clawed her face. Them girls would have fucked up that little girl face on that show. But sometimes, instead of just blaming the girl, you know, you gotta look at the environment, you know. Some light-skinned girls grow up fighting dark-skinned women in school damn near their whole life, so they you know. And then sometimes it's reversed. Sometimes it's a bunch of light-skinned girls jumping a dark-skinned girl. You know, we talked about it. We were the ones that pushed the level on those conversations. We actually, you know, put the game in on that, you know. These people still stuck at square one.
Took a dark and tragic turn. 3 months after her trip to Cleveland, Raina was found dead in an abandoned home, her personal belongings missing, her body dressed in uncharacteristic oversized clothing.
Probably talk too much.
Authorities were quick to suggest an overdose, but her family refuses to believe it. Was Raina held against her will? Was she a victim of something far more sinister? Her mother and sister are still searching for answers.
Look, look. Hey, I don't want to say this, but her mother looked like one of the Aunt Jemimas. But yet she's sitting there talking about black this and black men that and you black N-word.
She probably got hated on by her mother and her sister. The dad probably light skinned. That's how this shit works. They get the light skinned guy and parade him around. And where's the dad? You know? See, y'all looking at the surface shit. You know, like we already know about this shit. But let's go.
See what I'm saying? See, a lot of these women, well, not women, a lot of these people that act like that, they were taught that. They hate themselves. They have an inner hate within themselves and they project it. It's no way you can hate or say you don't like this one and that one. Look at your mom. Look at your sister. Crazy.
Desperate to uncover the truth. What really happened to Raina Dunlap? Welcome to our channel. Welcome to Crime Corner. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Cleveland, Ohio, a city known for its rich history, sports culture, and industrial legacy. Located on...
What's going on, Anthony Southeast? The most light-skinned man in the building. Let me stop. What's going on, player? Y'all hit the like button on the way in. Please support the show. Hit the Cash App and the PayPal. We got our radio show back, y'all. You said, yo, Kuda, she brown-skinned. She ain't light. That's another thing, too. Remember that girl years ago? Where's she at? That went on Dr. Phil with the honker teeth? And she was talking about, y'all Negroes, and she was like talking about she was just a big ass coon. Racially ambiguous. Racially ambiguous. You dig? And she wants to be with a white guy to ensure that her kids are light-skinned. The reason that she gave you, that goofball reason that she gave you for wanting to be with light-skinned girls to have cute babies is the same reason why she wants to be with a white guy, man. A lot of these sisters are sick. They would look behind their baby's ear to see what color their kid is going to be. Bet some of y'all didn't know that. White is right. Let's go. In their eyes.
On the shores of Lake Erie, Cleveland has a mix of urban grit and cultural landmarks, including the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. However, like many major cities, it also has areas marked by economic struggle and abandoned properties, particularly on the east side, where Raina Dunlap's story took a tragic turn. Raina Dunlap was famously known online as the Nude Queen.
And yeah, they don't even be that light-skinned, y'all. Unless winter sometime or some shit come around. They be using Instagram filters. Don't be fooled.
She was a vibrant and ambitious 30-year-old woman from College Park, Maryland. Born to Karen Jones.
Oh, she's from College Park. Huh. College Park, my stomping grounds. All right.
Raina grew up in a tight-knit family alongside her sister, Kira. She thrived on attention, embracing both the positive and negative aspects of public scrutiny. Her mother described her as kind, loving, and generous to a fault, always eager to be surrounded by people. At the same time, Raina was no stranger to...
That's a Star P in the place to be. Good to see you, brother. We got our radio show back, man. Y'all hit the like button, support the show on the way in. You said you put up the player card? Nah, man. I'm still gonna give y'all the game. I'm chilling as always, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see everybody in the building, man. All right, let's go.
A controversy. If she couldn't garner attention in one way, she found another.
don't give a single fuck. I am the baddest, and you motherfucker know it. I'm a little.
She danced like a white girl too. She probably did grow up in College Park, bro. As I said, what part? She probably grew up in University Park.
Oh wow. I'm gonna have to cut that out. But she basically
cooking with Kaya.
He said, "I'm a little HOE." Right? So you know what? Now I don't even feel as bad hearing her say the things she was saying about African American men. You calling yourself an H word, and they say that, well, her own mother says she pretty much.
Yeah, you sell some coochie. That's another thing too, which I was laughing at. A lot of the brothers in this space, you know what I'm saying, talking about tricking and shit like that. It's like, bro, you do know half the girls you want to get with says no AA on their profile, right? You can't say you African American. You got to say you mixed with something else to get with some of them broads. You know, they don't want no. They don't. They want a tether. Let's go.
Do anything for attention, right? I mean, it's sad, but her mother should have had a grip on her a little more.
Little anime bitch with some big lips and a pretty face and some pretty skin and a killer face. I think I said that. I really was freestyling, but y'all, I'm embarrassed.
And these broads ain't even funny at all. They be laughing at their own jokes. Oh, don't let her be your only kid. They be laughing at their own goofball jokes. They need reassurance. They'll you know, I'm funny, right? Yeah, I'm funny. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all support the show. Oh, I'm in pain right now. I'm doing today's show sick as a dog, man. Y'all hit the like button. Oof. All right, let's go.
I can't. I think I'm a freak because I'm so sexy.
Ambitious and driven, Reina was chasing fame with relentless determination. She longed for a breakthrough in the entertainment industry, particularly in reality television, which led her to pursue an audition for.
That's the thing. Them dudes over at the Zeus Network, they not. Girl, they will replace you in a heartbeat. But I'm light-skinned. No one cares. Like 50 more light-skinned girls waiting outside. Let's go.
Baddies Midwest, a show on the Zeus Network. With a growing presence on social media, boasting over 80,000 followers on X and 17,000 on Instagram, she had already made a name for herself as an online personality. Beyond her public persona, Reina was a daughter, a sister, and a woman with dreams far bigger than the life she had in Maryland. She was known for her bold personality, unfiltered opinions, and an energy that could fill a room.
And then that's crazy. Because her acting like that, she, out of all places, she's from Baltimore, Maryland. Well, I'm not sure if it was Baltimore because he said Maryland, but at the end of the day, Maryland, that's like you're not going to go anywhere without seeing African-American men or women. So for you to talk like that and act like that, once again, I hope it was just an act and she, quote unquote, wanted that attention that her mother said she thrived on. Because there's no way you from Maryland talking like that.
That's true. I'll give him that. And also, too, some people don't even give a damn about what they say nowadays. It just gotta just be some flammable shit. You know? It just gotta be some flammable shit. But you know, if you light skin, I'm not gonna lie, light skin privilege, you know, she taking advantage of that. You know, you can get away with a lot of shit just being light skin.
I am not a trophy wife. I'm not what you flaunt around, okay? As soon as you have me on your arm, the attention is completely away from you.
So why are you single? And why you look like a Temu Krishan Rock?
So you gotta be like an ASAP Rocky type guy. and just be content with your level of spotlight, because baby, I am the star. I'm the star by myself. I'm the star with anyone that I date. I'm the star. And that's okay. That's okay.
Her family described her as someone who was never afraid to speak her mind, yet deeply caring toward those she loved. She had a way of drawing people in, making an impact wherever she went. Her trip to Cleveland was supposed...
Well, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. You know, long titty ass. She got a butt cheek on her chest. Let me stop. Oh, y'all, my stomach hurt. This is what I'd say. I'm kind of not surprised. I mean, the age range with a lot of stuff that you can expect from people in general has shifted. You know, the age range has shifted, so it's like she was about 30, so you know she gonna be delusional more than ever. You know, sometimes when you know, I wouldn't say women are hitting the wall because she does look good, but when I wouldn't say when women are hitting the wall, but sometimes when women feel they're hitting the wall, you know, not it don't necessarily got to be true. They always try to like kind of self up their value, and it comes out in like how she feels, what she's saying, and what she's doing. And why am I talking about this? Because if you go on a baddie show, them little broads on there young as fuck. You know, you got some older ones on there that's you know war torn. But to sit around them little young broads, a younger version of yourself, and to be this ignorant, and you ain't got no grace or nothing like that about you, you know, no type of wisdom and stuff like that, you know, attributes that don't, you know, that nullifies to a certain degree hitting the wall in age, man, you're gonna look crazy. You're gonna sound crazy too. You know, you said she only good for the takedown, right? Probably not. Yeah. Oh, imagine. Don't it look like she talked during sex. Look at this beautiful body. Like, girl, if you don't bend over, like, what are you doing? They don't look like halfway through sex, like she makes you mad and shit, and you just get up and just go fix yourself a sandwich and go sit down and play 2K. Like, this shit ain't all this cracked up to be, y'all.
Supposed to be another step toward her aspirations, but it turned her life to tragedy. Raina Dunlap was found deceased in an abandoned house on Cleveland's east side, specifically on East 65th Street and Francis Avenue. Authorities discovered her body on January 21st, 2025, nearly 3 months after she had traveled to the city to audition for the reality show Baddies Midwest on the Zeus network. When police found Raina's body, there were...
That's the thing. And Maryland really don't. That's why it is funny that it's kind of, she can't be from Maryland, but Maryland might let you get away with certain things, but the rest of the world, you know, sometimes Maryland can be an isolated incident where they'll let you rock with certain things, but the rest of the world, you get around other people, they ain't gonna rock like that. So
no immediate signs of trauma. However, her family found several troubling details surrounding the circumstances of her death. Her hair and nails were freshly done, but she was wearing oversized clothing that did not match her usual style. Even more disturbingly, her personal belongings, including her cell phone, identification, and other items, were missing.
New tonight, the family of a Prince George's County woman is desperate for answers. Karen Dunlap, a popular social media influencer, left home last fall on a trip to Ohio, but she never returned home. Investigators found her body in Cleveland a week and a half ago, but they have no clues on what happened to her. Our Alexis Wainwright talked to her mother and sister in an interview that you'll only see right here.
It's been almost a month now and still no clear answers why Karen Dunlap went to Cleveland, who she was with, and how she got there. But these flyers still going around in hopes of finding out that information.
It's horrible. I feel like somebody kicked a hole through my soul, and the biggest part of my heart is gone.
Karen Jones fights back tears as she talks about her daughter, 30-year-old Karen Dunlap, who also went by Raina.
She is my firstborn. I loved her dearly, and it's just the pain is unimaginable.
The sad part is when you look at especially girls like that, for some reason, and y'all let me know in the comments, but I always see this where the mother is like the sweetest person ever. Like they got a good family. So you start to wonder. Like,
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. Might be the mother, might not. Anybody can seem sweet when they going through it. Respectfully. But a lot of these women, let me tell y'all something, fellas. If you want a clear indication how your especially the older child, the oldest child. You want a clear indication how your girl gonna turn out, go look at her mother. Real talk for the most part. And her being the oldest child, look at the mother. The mother, some of that shit is instilled by the mother. They say daughters take a little bit of the mother's beauty. Sometimes these girls, not even sometimes, a lot of times, that is not talked about, had to compete with their mother. Even if it's for the same group of rusty niggas, sometimes these girls be competing with their mother. And sometimes they feel it, especially when they get a little bit older. It kind of sinks in, especially when they get a little bit older, like in their 30s and late 20s and stuff like that. It's like they damn near been through a whole lifetime of competing with their mother. And that shit, it will mess up a little girl's mind, because you shouldn't be competing with your mother. Your mother shouldn't be, your mother can be a friendly source, but your mother is your mother, not your best friend. And sometimes, too, having kids when you're young, it don't take that long for a kid to figure out another kid. Then the firstborn, they grew up with the parent. So they see the parent make all kinds of mistakes and all kinds of stuff, So some of that stuff comes from the home.
Like, where did they go wrong? Like, how did you end up acting the way you acting? And when we see your parents, it's like night and day. They don't act nothing like how you act. But once again, like they said, she just thrived on attention. They probably gave her a little too much leeway. She got caught up in the streets and she acted the way she act. But seeing from how her mother's acting and how she act is definitely night and day.
The worst is it's just not knowing.
Her daughter.
And College Park ain't necessarily the streets. College Park is like bougie street for girls that look like that. We used to go up College Park because it's in between the mall. It's in between PG Plaza and whatnot and stuff like that, man. We used to go up there and go pull all kinds of broads from University of Maryland. She looked like she from College Park. I probably know her low key. I'm not that far from her. But I don't know.
Who lives in College Park, Maryland, was found dead with none of her belongings and in an abandoned building in Cleveland, Ohio, January 18th.
I can't really even function that well knowing that I don't know how my own big sister died.
Her family says they don't know why she was in Cleveland. They wonder if she may have gone to audition for Baddies Midwest, a reality show she was a fan of, but they don't know. The last time they spoke was in November.
With Raina, she was always in and out, so it wasn't like we talked to her all the time. We just always expected she's going to be okay.
See, you know what that sounds like to me as well? It sounds like she didn't have no control, right? And you could tell that even though she still stayed with her mother, She was one of those like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, Mom. You can't tell me nothing. You can tell.
Yeah, she was trying to get on.
Right? Let me tell you, and God bless her soul. But don't be surprised if the reason she was in and out and never telling anybody about her whereabouts is because she was selling that stuff.
Yeah.
And by stuff, I don't mean drugs.
But she was still active on social media up until the new year and went silent on New Year's Day. So her family went to Cleveland in hopes of finding out more. But they didn't get any new information and are still waiting on the toxicology report from her autopsy to give them
I mean, girls like this do drugs. You know, but I think she was selling tail. So
answers on what happened.
We know that she was shopping there. We went to some of the places that she shopped. We put up flyers. We talked to a few people who...
17 people in the building. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. It's Player Talk Radio. Hit the Cash app at $PTV 888. That's $PTV 888. Your support is much appreciated. We back, y'all. We got the radio show back, but you know, my stomach is killing me today, so we're gonna put in this work real quick. You know, I got another story for you guys. You know, so y'all hit the like button. Please support the show. It's Player Talk. Let's go.
At least 2 that said that they did recognize her and they did see her in the area, that she looked perfectly fine, but just no answers as to what took her to Cleveland.
And as days go by, they're encouraging anyone with any bit of information to come forward.
If anyone saw her, if anyone talked to her while she was there, but also very important with her time here from late October, early November, until she was actually verified in Cleveland. If anybody saw her in College Park area.
If you have any information, you can call into the tip line. There's also a GoFundMe to help raise money for the family for funeral costs and to hire a private investigator.
Questions and answers surrounding the death of a social media influencer. Her body found in an abandoned home in Cleveland. The victim's family wondering why the 30-year-old from Baltimore was in Cleveland and what caused her death.
She loved being around people. She loved being the center of attention. She just wanted to be a positive or...
No.
That's cap. That's cap. That's kidnap.
That's where I gotta stop you. I ain't gonna lie. I can't have her sit here and say she just wanted to be positive and trying to paint this old dandy picture. And we seen what we seen when she was talking about, you know, African-American men. So who knows? Maybe wherever she went, maybe she did go to the baddies thing and maybe she got crazy with her mouth. Maybe somebody...
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She probably went crazy because, like I said, they're not going to end this shit. They're going to get her ass up out of there.
I followed her. Maybe she went out there because she was lured in off of one of those dating apps because she was X, Y, and Z. Who knows? But I'm telling you, man, don't try to make her seem like she was just this calm person.
A negative force in people's lives.
Influencer Carolina Dunlap had tens of thousands of social media followers and knew how to get attention.
She also was very controversial, and I know a lot of people say, well, she said negative things.
Rena was chasing her lifelong dream of being famous, hoping to one day land a gig on the reality show Baddies Midwest. But her dreams tragically ended when she was found dead inside of an abandoned home on Francis Avenue in Cleveland. Her family puzzled, wondering why she was in Cleveland in the first place. Her mother, Karen Jones.
Why was she in Cleveland? We don't have any connection to Cleveland at all. And we didn't know why. We didn't even know she was out of the state of Maryland.
Her family traveled here saying the petite 30-year-old's hair and nails were done when her body was found. But she was dressed in large, uncharacteristic clothing, and detectives told the family there was no obvious signs of trauma.
They suspected that it was overdose. I said, my daughter's never used hard drugs. I'm like, talk to anybody. I will stake my life that the toxicology is going to come back, that she did not have any hard drugs in her system.
The family.
See, but she can't see, you know, as a parent, we all.
Her mother looking a little suspect, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if you think her mother's looking a little. I don't know, y'all. You know, and come on, bro. Cleveland out of all, who the fuck does drugs? I mean, well, shout outs to my Cleveland, my Cleveland folks, but come on, man, fentanyl. They're even putting fentanyl on the gas packs. All right, y'all hit the like button. Support the show on the way in. We got 20 people here, 23 people in the building. Let's get it. It's Player Talk Radio. Let's get the likes up. Hit the Cash App. Fentanyl, y'all. Fentanyl.
We think highly of our kids, but let's be real. We don't know everything they do, right? We can only judge.
Right, you didn't even know she left Maryland.
Based on what we see or what they tell us, but that's pretty much it. We can't say, oh, I know for sure that she's not doing that because you don't know. But then again, on the flip side of that, maybe somebody gave her something without her knowing, and she overdosed that way. There's a lot of fentanyl overdoses, being that people try to lace other people, or maybe somebody put something in her drink, it was too strong, who knows? Any one of those could happen. There's a possibility. But like I said, you can't sit here and say that she didn't do X, Y, and Z because we don't know yet.
Now questions if Rena decided to travel to Cleveland for some reason on her own, or if something more sinister was involved. Her sister, Kira Dunlap, tells me they uncovered medical paperwork.
And let me tell y'all something like that. What's that girl? A couple years ago, it'd be your friends too. So it'll be a friend, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got you," and blah blah blah, and yeah, I got you. Yeah, let's go to Cleveland real quick and get back. We'll take the bus, whoop de whoop, and blah blah blah. It'd be their friends that be lowering them into some BS. They're halfway through the trip, they fall out with their friends, and then, hey, their clothes take, all kinds of shit. So it could have been a friend, quote unquote, that did that to her. What's that lady that I think she went to Mexico a couple years ago, and they found her with like a broken neck and some other shit. Her friends was whipping her ass on camera, and then I think a trans dude was there fighting her too. Speaking of trans dude, y'all see that pre-record I put out? Shit crazy. And they had to fly them back from Mexico. That shit is crazy. That's why you need a man at certain ages and stuff like that, because you're not, they're not about to, women ain't about to believe no dude at a certain age and get caught up.
Among her belongings.
She had gone to a rape crisis center at the end of November, on November 29th here in Cleveland.
What goes through your mind when you hear that?
That somebody was hurting her.
Our biggest concern is that someone was holding her against her will, that she had concerns.
Yeah, Shaquella, what's going on, Aqua?
That she was being sex trafficked.
Rena's mother and sister say they have now provided Cleveland detectives with tips they have received from the public after they posted on TikTok. They also say there is information on a Snapchat video where Rena appeared to be beaten, and she said she was drugged. Her exact cause of death has not been determined.
See what I said? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Because we hear about these things all too often. 9 times out of 10, if it was no trauma, no stabbings, no gunshot wounds, no beating, none of that. Nine times out of 10, wherever it was, she was.
Hold on. Went out. Okay, we back. Oh shit. Hold on, y'all. All right, we should be back. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Yeah, man, and let me tell y'all something. Women love drugs. Women love drugs.
The public after they posted on TikTok. They also say there is information on a Snapchat video where Rena appeared to be beaten, and she said she was drugged. Her exact cause of death has not been determined.
See what I said? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Because we hear about these things all too often. 9 times out of 10, if it was no trauma, no stabbings, no gunshot wounds, no beating, none of that, 9 times out of 10, wherever it was, she was drugged, and she probably was drugged too much and overdosed. That happens a lot. Ladies, y'all got to be careful when y'all go out. Fellas as well. You out here with your jewelry on. You think you just having a good time. You take that drink from this bad girl because you just feeling yourself. And you think she feeling you. Next you know, you waking up with no watch, no chain, no earrings, your wallet missing, your car keys, everything.
Law enforcement officials initially suspected an overdose, but Raina's mother, Karen Jones, refuted these claims. My daughter has never used hard drugs. She told reporters, talk to anybody. I will stake my life that the toxicology is going to come back, that she did not have any hard drugs in her system. The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office has yet to confirm an official cause of death, and Raina's family is seeking a private autopsy if they can secure enough funding. Raina's mother and sister, Kira Dunlap, traveled to Cleveland on January 21st, 2025, to meet with detectives and investigate her death. Kira, devastated by her sister's passing, took to TikTok to plead for information.
So this is a TikTok call to action, TikTok call to help, whatever. I really need you guys' help.
Right.
I think something really bad happened to my sister. Her name is Raina. She has a big following on Twitter. She has about 87,000 followers on Twitter, under the NUDE Queen. I'm just looking for anybody that has been in contact with her or that has heard from her in the past month. It's very, very important.
Damn. Yeah, nude queen.
Let me tell y'all, and I know y'all gonna sit here and hookah you everything in a conspiracy theory. It's not. But what I would say is this: whenever somebody does that crying thing and no tears come out, that's the first red flag to me every time. Every time. I don't care who you are. I don't care the circumstance, because there's a lot of weird things going on out here. There's this other girl from Gary, Indiana recently who went missing, and they already think that her parents had something to do with it because she may have been trafficked. So it's a lot of weird stuff y'all gotta watch out for. But what I'm saying is, this was a red flag when she cried, and I ain't see no tears.
Because
see,
something bad has happened to her, and we're trying to figure out what happened. If anybody knows anything, please message me and let me know. I'm really counting on you guys. I know that this app is gonna get deleted tomorrow, but please, if anybody has any information, can let me know, please.
On TikTok.
I would really appreciate it. Please just message me on here so we can find out. Thank you.
Something bad.
I don't know, y'all, but anyway, let's see what
has happened to her, and we're trying to figure out what happened, she said in a tearful video. She also mentioned that their family had lost contact with Raina about a month before her death. While Cleveland police have not announced any suspects, the circumstances leading up to Raina's death have raised many questions. Notably, the family uncovered troubling medical paperwork indicating that Raina had visited a crisis center in Cleveland on November 29, 2024, suggesting she may have been assaulted. One of the most alarming aspects of the case is Raina's own online posts. Before her disappearance, she allegedly posted that she had been a victim of sex trafficking and even uploaded an image of herself appearing to be badly beaten. These posts, however, were either deleted or went unnoticed by her family until after her death.
See, that's another thing that doesn't make sense, right?
You were missing for a month, and
because so that don't make sense. Maybe I'm bugging, but right? If she posted it and she posted that with that tweet, 9 times out of 10 she wanted people to see it. How is it that it disappeared appeared after she lost her life. It seems like somebody else didn't want that out there. Or am I wrong?
Somebody had access to her phone.
Her mother and sister now fear that someone was holding her against her will in the days leading up to her death. We don't have any connections to Cleveland at all, and we didn't even know she was out of the state of Maryland, Karen Jones said.
See, I don't know. After seeing that video and noticing her, I don't know. When y'all get a chance, rewind this video back and then just pay attention to her movements and her actions. Something just a little weird here. I could be wrong, y'all, but my spider senses is tingling. I don't know.
This has led to theories that Raina may have been lured to Cleveland under false pretenses. Raina's family believes that she traveled to Cleveland with the goal of being cast on Baddies Midwest. Her sister Kira stated that she was actively following the cast and crew of the show, hoping to secure a role. She reportedly knew several people involved in the production and had previously met Natalie Nunn, one of the show's co-creators and stars. Despite this, the Zeus network has not made any public statements regarding Raina's death.
Probably didn't even show up to the
As
audience.
of now, Raina's case remains
Probably didn't
open,
make it that
with
far.
no arrests or official cause of death determined. Her family has launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for her funeral.
These girls be dumb as hell. They'll listen to some random nigga with a poster talking about some I can get you on Baddies and whatnot. You just gotta come to Cleveland and come see me. I got you. She probably is already in the street for the dirty meat. You know, throwing that coochie like Drew Bledsoe. So she's like, shit, go up there, F them then, get some money, and then go on Baddies. Twitter.
Expenses and to hire a private investigator. The Dunlap family is urging anyone with information about Raina's last days in Cleveland to come forward. The Cleveland Police Department continues to investigate, but with no clear suspects and many unanswered questions, the case remains shrouded in mystery. What happened to Raina Dunlap should never have occurred. No one deserves to be found lifeless in an abandoned house, far from home, with unanswered questions surrounding their death. The fact that she visited a rape crisis center and allegedly posted about being in danger suggests that someone could have intervened sooner. Her story is a heartbreaking reminder of the risks that people, especially...
Why didn't the crisis center contact her family? The crisis center has all of the information. Why don't y'all go to the crisis center and see if any of her clothing and stuff like that had DNA on it? She was spotted at the center, so why aren't y'all at... Jesus Christ.
Women
or in contact with them
face when pursuing dreams in unfamiliar places. This tragedy also serves as a warning about the dark side of the influencer world, where the pursuit of fame can sometimes lead people into dangerous situations. Raina's story deserves to be told so that others can learn from it and work toward a future where tragedies like this never happen again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, y'all. So
yeah, that's crazy. And she was super racially ambiguous, man. You know, F black men and going in on black women and stuff like that, man. Those girls don't last too long, man. You know. I wonder what happened with her case. I wonder when the toxicology report and all of that stuff will come back. We'll probably, if you guys find out before I do, let me know. We'll probably keep some tabs on that. Speaking of racially ambiguous, y'all remember this girl?
Just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding.
That's funny as hell.
I don't smoke or go to the club, so this is how I have fun. I'm just kidding. God bless.
Oops, just kidding, can you believe Vicky's tales just make you grieve? One moment sweet, next she slides. Oops, just kidding, all a lie.
Just kidding. This video is sponsored by you.
Great production.
All I want is for y'all to hit the subscribe button and share the video and hopefully enjoy it. These videos take me a long time to make, film, edit, and would love more people to see them. And whenever you guys do this, it really helps me out. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Whoa, Vicky, the internet's favorite black girl.
All I know is I took the test and they said I was black.
Has been kidnapped by African men in Africa. Oh God, Vicky, no, not in your homeland. Hello, my name's Michelle, your official internet expert that sails the ocean of TikTok.
I mean, you got a lot of women that when they start dating black men or African men or whatever, they kind of, you know, and that's what's been happening with a lot of Americans lately. I mean, you got like a lot of people that have like this expat mindset, you know, but it's not like their own thoughts. It's like because they're dating somebody. You know, some people treat ethnicity like gangs and football teams. Like some girls will be dating a dude and all of a sudden she's Tampa Bay Buccaneered out. And then some girls will be dating a dude and all of a sudden she's Redskins, you know? Crazy.
It comes back to tell you stories of my journey. And today's story is very
It is crazy. It's always like the extreme. When you get into like featureism, racially ambiguous stuff, and how things work. Like it's like it's either some good looking light skinned chick that it's like, why are you even thinking about shit like this? You know, with the weird ass story. Or it's always some Venus or Serena Williams type chick or some Carissa Shields looking chick arguing about this stuff, you know. And we get it. I mean, that's how some people grew up. But it's some racist shit. It's crazy.
So shout out a big ARG in the comment section and help me out with the algorithm. Whoa, Vicky. Some of you
They
might
all
not
have
know
an
her.
archetype and they
Congrats,
look
this is
different
for
type of
you.
way.
Well, until now.
This woman just seems a little bit more smarter than the other girl. You know, more put together.
And I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Oh, Vicky pretty much got famous by looking like this, talking like this.
Y'all keep trying to say I'm not black, I'm white. Y'all is racist as
wearing her hair like that and giving tutorials on how to be black.
This is a tutorial on how to be a gangster. First you gotta get the look. And really, always keep a few bands on there. So keep your pockets fat with money.
Got it. Thanks for telling me I failed as a black person. Damn it, Michelle, why did you keep a debit card instead of a bunch of $20 bills in your pocket? My black card is constantly getting taken away, and today it's by like an 18-year-old chick.
And these are kids compared to this woman. Anyway.
Goes by Whoa Vicky.
You can have that bag, you have that cash, and you could be drifting armies.
But basically, Whoa Vicky comes from the breed of humans like Little Tay.
Y'all haven't seen this in your lives. I'm richer than all y'all.
The Cash Me Outside girl.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Which is a little different because I'm making a deep dive on the Cash Me Outside girl. Apparently her mom was trying to get her in the public eye since she was a baby so she could rake it.
Danielle Bregoli made a lot of money the first couple days on OnlyFans.
And all that money and be a rich stage mom. Very interesting, kind of sad, kind of horrible. But Whoa Vicky had no mom telling her to do this.
I'm telling all y'all white folks right now, y'all need to control y'all badass kids.
In fact, even though Vicky claims that she had a rough childhood similar to Snoop Dogg and a horrible upbringing and from the streets of the ghetto from Atlanta.
From Atlanta, of course everyone thinks I'm black.
Literally no one's ever said that.
Even her parents said no.
I mean, it worked. I mean, it's getting people to do deep dives and cover it. It's trolling. But it's funny, you do got people that do look like Wo Vicky from sub-Saharan Africa, and South Africa actually.
So this is Vicky's mom, Wo Carla, with 2 A's. Clearly, she's very black, of course.
Yeah, she with a black man.
Hey, y'all, just wanted to tell you it's a new
And their country, y'all. Their country. So this is a funny joke.
year. It's going to be a great year. This is my dad.
Hey there. What's going on, David?
Yes, this is
good to see you, bro. We finally got our radio show back. Yeah, man. We finally got the radio show back, man. I appreciate everybody hitting the like button, supporting the show, and was rocking with us, man. January was a messed up month. Messed up my New Year's, messed up my birthday. Yeah, man. Good to see you also, man. So my bad, y'all. I'm sick. I had food poisoning. My stomach is killing me. I would be a little bit more lively on today's show, but I'm in pain right now. But the show must go on. I'm glad we got, glad we just got it back, for now. But please, if you guys could do me a huge favor, which is hit the Cash App, support the show, because I also got demonetized in January also, so, we got to keep Player Talk winning, and definitely I can use your help and support. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. And absolutely support the show. We got some more to go. It's Player Talk.
Vicky's black father she likes to talk about. One of the funniest things that I found on her page was when she had her mom be a guest on her YouTube to show people, this is where I came from. Look, I was so poor. And one of the questions people asked was this.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see today, we got a special guest. It's my mom. So today,
might want to turn down the music there a bit. You don't want your audience to hear how broke you were.
I grew up in a pretty wealthy family.
And when
women telling other women about editing, that's crazy. But this woman got a good edited video.
She's reminiscing with her dad. He's always talking about how she would take his very nice cars when she wasn't supposed to.
Took my convertible Mercedes to drive at school one day.
That sounds like rich girl behavior to me. But Vicky will go on for years that she is black, even though her mom said, I know you're not.
Your bike. I never believed her because
basically someone that likes to make people very angry on the internet, get that super fast view, and get rich quick, no matter the cost.
I like this forever, like this is just my voice, my accent.
Hey, girlie's living her truth, or whatever she defines that is. And her truth was also that her dad gave her a salary every week. And a lot of people came up from her middle school and said, girl, what are you doing? No.
Like, come on, bro. You know how to talk proper, bro. You was a golfy. You got picked on in middle school, bro. You was a golf.
As you can see, she got her popularity like many people on the internet get their popularity by being a whole idiot.
I am. If I sound black, then I'm black. Now my hair might be blonde and straight. Y'all ain't never heard of a perm or a straightener? A straightener. So you get it?
Actually, I would say this. A lot of black women like Wo Vicky more than a lot of people. A lot of black women, she amuses a lot of black women, And Wo Vicky used to be attached to this albino girl. She's funny as hell. Her name is Shady, like Shady, but Shydee. And I think like Krishan Rock and a couple of other people was like a part of their little camp and stuff like that. They would do skits together and make a lot of money, because they're social media socialites, All right, let's go.
And that, my friends, is how a chicken does a mating call.
She would drop it low.
Yeah, period.
Show all the white people how black people swim.
And last, I'm gonna teach y'all how to swim like a real. But I guess a lot of y'all took it the wrong way.
Until one day, she would find Jesus.
What's up, y'all? My name is Victoria, but you probably know me as Well Vicky. I'm not a baddie. I'm a woman of God.
Are you still black?
Difference between
Man, y'all just gotta see some shit with makeup on, and y'all would call it black. The Danielle Bergoli is black to a lot of people. All right. Now what was I gonna say? She only found God because she was dating John Garbana, aka Boont Gang. She was dating Boont Gang. You know? Boont Gang. Boont Gang. Boot Gang. Boont Gang walked so famous Richard could run. Alright? So she was with John Garbana, aka Boont Gang. And he was on his church journey also. But I think they had like a crazy little, violent relationship. So then they both just ran to God. So
between my old personality and me now is that I'm mature.
Everybody stand up and let's give a round of applause to the people who have matured through the years.
And I'm more into Jesus. My role coming into this house would be to be an example of Jesus. If you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell.
And to make sure people know Jesus, she tests homeless people with Jesus trivia and rewards them with McDonald's.
What's Jesus' mom name? Yeah. Who parted the Red Sea? Moses. Who baptized Jesus? Yep.
Thank you. Just a little bit of a question that I had watching this. What would happen if they did get it wrong?
Excuse me, sir. I'll give you this burger.
Oh, good. I haven't eaten since last week.
If you're getting this Bible question right. What musical instrument did David play?
David?
You know, from the Bible.
Well, I'm Hindu.
You going to hell.
But anyway, all that aside.
I mean, the funny part is that there's a lot of black people that can't even answer those questions. Whether they're in the church or not, you know? Oh, boy.
She found Jesus. She's doing Jesus interviews.
Are you religious? I have a relationship with Jesus Christ.
She's singing with the church.
I love the name Jesus. Oh, how I love the name Jesus.
She's giving people her testimony.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I just want to get on here and share my testimony with y'all because I don't think enough of y'all know it.
She's spreading the word of God.
Only thing that could satisfy your soul is...
Shout outs to my brother, David Akasanya, dropping a huge $5 on the Cash App. Thank you, bro. Shout outs to everybody supporting the show. Thank you so much for supporting Player Talk Radio. We are back, y'all. Oh, shit. I totally forgot, y'all. I totally forgot. Shout outs to Unfriendly Stoic. Shout outs to David Akasanya. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show. Make sure you guys hit the Cash App. Let's get it.
Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Shout outs to my brother supporting the show. Let's keep the support going. It's Player Talk. Let's get it.
Jesus Christ.
She's making music about Jesus.
I let my God cook and then I'ma do the dishes.
I think this is great. She's preaching her truth and not afraid what anyone thinks. I don't think she ever did.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, alone.
No one who pronounces 11 like Eleon cares what people think. Anyway, she's making sure that she brings peace, life, and helping people prosper on this beautiful earth while she's driving with one hand and one foot in the driver's seat, a phone on her lap, and taking a selfie while listening to gospel music. Participating in this activity could result in you or others getting hurt. Well, I'm glad they told us that because praise God, amen. Someone could die. But it's great that she found Jesus. She's a positive person now, and it's, helping her not be Vicky, whatever the hell that is. I love how she made a whole 360 and changed her whole life around. Did she? No, the answer is no. But some religious people might feel that she did. I don't know. She picked a group that's very accepting.
Oops, just kidding, can you believe Vicky's tales just make you grieve? One moment sweet, next she slides. Oops, just kidding, all a lie.
So this all happened when Whoa Vicky, is she even called Whoa Vicky anymore? Is she like Christian Vicky?
It is so sweet.
I'm not too sure. But she went to Africa, her homeland, she says, specifically Nigeria, by herself. She posted a little vlog on her TikTok about her arrival, and right away she made sure to teach her.
Well, them people will be like, you're at home anyway. Shout outs to my real Nigerians, They'd be like, they'll tell everybody they at home. Nigerian people will look out for you. Food, everything, Shit. Go to Nigeria, you're going to feel like you at home. All right?
Nigerian brother, American lingo.
In America, it means like that's wrong, like that's messed up. Like,
okay.
Music good, food good, people good.
You green.
Okay.
They green. Like they just want money, like they green.
Oh.
Like they green, but they want money, but they do it wrong.
They do it wrong, yeah.
Yeah, I'm black and I have no clue what the hell that meant. So she would be partying with someone that she would constantly refer to as her brother, and they would be having a great time. They would do a Nigerian rap together.
Because they see her on the internet. Even if it's just a face, they see her on the internet. All right.
That sounds great, Vicky, but you just exposed yourself with your caption because if we just scroll up about an inch, you call yourself the first white Nigerian rapper. Boom, exposed. She admitted it from her own teeth. Anyway, her and her brother would give money away to the Nigerian poor folks and film it.
Go. It's too much.
Wait now. What do you want?
She would get her whole head braided for $50 while her brother would film it. She would show off her braids while her brother would film that.
How about guys? Are they Legos? This one a Fashion Nova.
She would stand next to random Nigerian men just trying to get to where they need to be while her brother would film that as well.
What's up, y'all? I'm out here in Nigeria. How fun now?
The way he just skedaddled away.
I mean, it's all about creating content. No one cares. Nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, she's not Nigerian, obviously.
All in all, her and her brother were having a great family time together until she would marry him.
So tell me if you did down.
Oh, I think I did see this. I think I was supposed to do some content on this, and I didn't. Oof, my stomach is killing me, y'all. All right, let's go.
That was the most awkward kiss with your brother. She didn't even embrace him. You got the T-Rex hands and everything. Come on, kiss your bro. So after this on Vicky's page, people were still extremely confused, but then they got more
Especially not with Boom Gang no more.
confused after they would see this. I have kidnapped Vicky. She is with me in Nigeria. I am demanding $1 million for her release. And the internet flipped. America always has a thought, a stereotype. When it comes to Africa, it's dirty. There's just a bunch of tribal people there. There's no agriculture. They like to email us as Brad Pitt and try to get money.
Nigerian scammers are making headlines after posing as Brad Pitt in a Wild AI scam.
Many of Vicky's fans, or even people that don't even like her, were a little worried because Nigeria isn't an active war zone or anything, but on every travel website I went to, they have in bold words, avoid non-essential travel to this area. And I don't know, showing off your hair and posing next to fruit doesn't seem to be the most essential thing to do.
Take one.
If I take it, I gotta take.
And Nigeria has a huge kidnapping problem. So the tweet from Vicky's Twitter account had everyone going insane because it's something that happens in parts of Nigeria.
Leads into one of the most dangerous regions in the world. Northern Nigeria holds a grim record for the highest number of kidnappings.
David, are you listening to this bullshit? Are you listening to this bullshit? Oh my God, this is some bullshit. Ain't nobody thinking about
average of 10 a day.
And of course, this can happen in any other country. You can come to America and get snatched up. So the fact that Wo Vicky was out on the streets of Nigeria, and we know this chick has about 2 brain cells left and they both are fighting for 8th place. There was just a high chance for someone to snatch her up pretty easily until she showed up and said,
"Just kidding, everyone, just a jokey joke."
I was just bored and having fun, just getting a laugh.
What is funny about getting kidnapped? Now that I think about it, what would be funny in a kidnap situation?
Y'all are responding and reacting.
Please, let us go! Tell me how to work this book thing. I'll never tell you how to get black girl magic. I'ma count to 15. If you ain't give me the code to the black girl magic, you gon' get it.
9, 10, alone.
What the hell you laughing at? Say 11 again.
Alone. Sometimes, you know, you want to have a little fun. You want to, the Bible says laughter is good for the soul.
All right, religious people, I just gotta bring this up. What is up with influencers who were absolutely horrible? Literally every single time, Britney donning us, going through all of this drama and then finding...
Well, see, this is more with white celebrities. And you can say some black celebrities, man. That's why the other racially ambiguous girl that was making fun of black men and black people, she didn't have no problem doing that because literally the whole point is to get famous. And then, the whole point is to get famous. And then on top of that, honestly, you can just get famous for no reason, They're not as famous now, even though I did see a video recently of them clawing each other. But like, look at the Kardashians, and that's where you get this term socialite, Well, Vicky might not be the most famous, but she has a face that people recognize, whether they know her name or not. And you know what she can do? She can go to nightclubs and get paid for a walkthrough. Don't even gotta say something, just walk through. Her being there is gonna have other people being there and buying liquor, and her just being on the flyer. The first real socialites and women and just people in general that was literally famous for no fucking reason was Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, But then again, I guess you could say they were famous for being millionaires' children, or famous people's children. Then Paris Hilton and end up doing her own thing. Lionel Richie wasn't gonna have Nicole out there like that, so Nicole damn near done disappeared. Paris held on to it for a little bit after that tape, and she ended up signing to like Rich Gang and some other stuff, so she kind of was still, I guess you could say, somewhat relevant. But like these people don't really have no talent. They're not really talented in nothing. And honestly, the whole irony of it is them being airheads. But the funny part is that in real life, some of them are actually talented. But the whole trick is to not, show it when a camera's on them, So, and it's a shtick. It's a shtick. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right, let's get it. Let's go. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Hit the Cash App. Let's go.
Is like what's the point of that? Is it money? Is it that it's an easy group to take advantage of? Because literally part of this religion is accepting people who have accepted Jesus.
I be want to laugh, and this is how I find that funny.
Anyway, I just think that some people take advantage of religious people. Whoa, Vicky is one of those people.
Sorry about that. Everything good, y'all. God bless. God bless.
What kind of Christian apology is this? Christians, speak up. Here's your chance. I give you the stage. Are you allowed to just say God bless at the end of anything and boom, it's all good? I could be wrong, but I don't think this is how you're supposed to be acting who has a relationship with Jesus.
Next time my hair is good.
Look at this long hair full of bull. I just want to come on here one last time to sincerely apologize to anyone I have made harm during this prank. Not thinking things through comes with consequences, and I'm paying for it now. All right, I'll read it normally. My brother, father, DMW, all right, not only is he the brother plus the fiance husband guy, he's also her father. Looked out for me throughout my entire trip to Nigeria. I love and respect him deeply, and I would never want anything to happen.
She probably didn't even marry the dude. You know, she probably didn't even marry the dude. That was probably a prank also. These are content creators. I mean, you can't get mad at the content creators when I'm telling you guys that a lot of y'all react to not trauma content, but y'all react to, it is trauma content, by the way. But a lot of you guys react to y'all react to like y'all react to extreme content. You know, some of y'all be clicking videos y'all know is fake. Diddy just got out of prison and he's sleeping with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Man, them videos be having like fucking millions of views. You know? And it's like, bro, you really come on, man. Because people are dumb. And they just looking for a cheap dopamine hit. Let's go.
To him. I also apologize for how this situation reflects on me. I never intended to make any black man or any country, especially Nigeria, look bad. If it came across that way, I'm truly sorry. I love Nigeria. I love my brother, father, and I love my people. The prank started with us calling people I know from America. Then my brother from the USA posted it, and it ended up on blogs. Oops. Just kidding. Just kidding. Didn't say that. Afterward, my brother from the USA suggested I make a tweet to keep it going, saying it was a good prank and that father was a great actor. He even mentioned we could make money from creating a cryptocurrency based on the prank. Oh my God. Like I said, two brain cells, they be fighting because why?
Oh, well. Goddamn scam. Let's go.
She wants to look good. Would she even need to say this part? And if it stopped right there, it would be whatever. Fine, it's Wovic.
Shout out to War Master in the building.
They mentioned they could make money, and so then she decided to actually go through and post it on Twitter. All right, let's just go to the last part. I've learned a lot from this, and I'll be taking time off the internet to reflect, fast, and grow closer to God. Please keep me in your prayers. Spoiler, she did not take a break from the internet. We'll get to that soon in a second. But this doesn't seem like I am a woman of God hanging out with people who are children of Christ himself.
I mean, this girl is young as fuck. To try to look for Christ in a woman that claims to be religious is wild work, man.
Despite all of the sexual stuff, all the horrible things that she was doing, all the weird things she was doing for clout.
I don't think it was her brother though, War Master. I think it was another guy. Her brother looked like the guy that she had as like a handbag, carrying her and taking pictures and filming all her skits around Nigeria, you know.
Money, attention. I could have sworn that something in the Bible said, "Thou shalt not want attention from everybody on this earth." Are you supposed to be
and
doing?
If so, right? It's probably a YouTube skit, you know.
Doing that? I thought you were supposed to be like humble, reading the Bible. I ain't never seen her pick up a Bible until it became her whole personality and started making money from it. Just saying.
Sorry about that, y'all.
She did that with Boont Gang.
Raise your hand if she sounds like 2% sorry. I'm just not feeling it.
It's all love. I love y'all.
You know, maybe next.
You know, black men and black women actually like her though. You said what was it? What's his name? Nigel from Nigeria? That's funny as hell. Nigel from Niger. Nigel from Niger.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Nigel from Niger. You know? Oh, man. If I broke, now my business. Nigel from Niger. A lot of people like Whoa Vicky though. Contrary to popular belief, she represents the tragic mulatto. You know? She represents the cool, tragic mulatto. You know? And she was already established, you know, by the time Gen Z got into the picture. So a lot of people aren't going to really, you know, this woman looked like she's probably a millennial. A lot of people really aren't going to really catch on, you know, but she's been out for the millennial crowd too, so.
Next time, read the Bible. Recite a Bible verse. Girl, you gotta make me believe. You said this was your path. This is your calling. This is not saying I throw my body at the feet of the Lord and I want to repent. This is, I'm looking at my phone while I do this and I kind of have to, so.
Well, here you go.
I feel like her fan base like her. Like, they just don't give a fuck what she does. They'll just still watch.
We love y'all.
Girl, I'm about to walk down this path. You are not about to lead me to the Lord. You're about to lead me right here. All right, I'm going to play the whole thing without stopping it so you can really get the vibe of this apology.
I was just bored and having fun, just getting a laugh. Just getting a laugh in. That's it. But it's all love, though. I was just having fun with my brother. Everything good, though.
So what I'm taking away from this is that you kissed your brother.
Everything good.
Well, many people.
Yeah. See, now this is when they start getting racially ambiguous, bro. You know damn well that's not her brother. She just says that's her brother. He's a whole Nigerian man. That's not her brother. Y'all get mad because oh man, she thought she was she thought she thinks she's black. And shit. If that's the case, there's a lot of girls that call dudes brothers that y'all gotta pay attention to that already been in their pants. So
people were saying, nope, she's still kidnapped. They're holding her hostage. That husband, brother, man is holding her hostage and forcing her to say these things. She's not her usual super goofy self. And then she got back online and said, everyone, no, you don't understand. I'm perfectly fine. I'm peachy keen. I'm happy as ever. We was just having fun.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They do worry about white women when they go missing or some shit happens to them because it's always a group of brothers that brainwashed them into doing some shit. Ask Malcolm.
I'm sorry about that. Please forgive me. We kind of got
So she's the tragic mulatto type, female Paul Wall.
carried away with the joke, you know.
Not even mulatto. My bad. Not even mulatto. But the funny part is that they use the word tragic mulatto to explain hood white people. But then she's not necessarily hood. You know what I'm saying? Like she is rich or has a rich family. But she hangs out with black women, so shady and all them, so
We just like to have fun and joke, I don't drink or go to the
She
club,
said she's
so
ghetto.
this is how I find my entertainment. It's
Oh,
probably
you wanna
not
see
the
something
best
funny?
way to do it. I'd
Hold
probably
on.
be like reading the Bible or something like that.
I just have a little bit of a question. What would Jesus say? I feel like he should kind of smite you for this. What Christian joke book did you read that said lying is funny along with kidnapping? When did Kirk Franklin sing about lying as a fun thing to do for Christ? Well, then people wanted more of a reason. A joke wasn't good enough for the public. And this.
Now, hold on. Now watch this. Now, the internet has made it a thing, right? Where if you got a deformity, or if you fucked up, or if you somewhat funny, or if you're fat, look at Dave Blunt's, right? Look at Wide Neck. Look at the skinny neck dude. Hell, even look at the guy that I was just telling y'all about, the Aaron guy, right? Because he's supposed to be a legend, he's supposed to be shaped like a turtle, niggas calling him Nigatello. You know what I'm saying? Which I said it would have been a good idea for him to go get like a burgundy bandana and have his Ninja Turtle weapon as a fucking plumbing stick or something, or plunger or some shit like that. That would be good fucking advertising for your plumbing career. But guess what? Now he's on some type of show getting into it and fighting with trans men. And nothing against dude. Hey, look, what you shit don't make me, what you eat don't make me shit. But this is the thing, and that's a horrible joke because my stomach is on rumbling, stumbling, bumbling mode right now. Bro, food poisoning is the worst. I don't know which side it wants to come out. Pause. But anyway, if you're some type of mutant or some type of goddamn, deformative, you just stick a camera in your face and you're somewhat funny and start doing skits, yeah, you're gonna make a lot of money. That's why people like comedians and stuff, they seek out these type of people. Let me show y'all something funny real quick. I actually like her too. Vicky used to hang around this girl named Shay D. This girl would be rapping. She funny as hell. She'd be in and out of the hospital, but she could look. Here you go, right here. Well, Vicky.
2020, period.
She be rapping.
He can't fuck. I got a bag. They in my comments. I'm popping tags. I got money. I'm really lit. I beat her ass. But talking shit. Skin white. I'm Russian cream. Louis Yamis. I hit the scene. Shay a savage. I can't be touched. They say they hate, but I don't give a fuck. Hey! Period. Push that ass off. Could never. Stop hating on that. And then we gonna pop out like that. We're gonna stop at the stop sign. Period.
Yeah. So as y'all can see, and it's not even that. Hanging around a bunch of black people, I don't know. We'll give you a black card. Look at Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus sounds like she has a bunch of, like she just smoked a bunch. Stop. I can buy myself flowers. The bitch with a voice like that, I'm pretty sure you can. Write my name in the head. Oh man, I gotta stop. I can't be me, y'all. I'm gonna fuck around and throw up. Almost threw up, y'all. You said he told you stop. All right, look. All right. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't eat no weird shit. So this what happened. I went to go get some food because I actually found this dope fish market. So I go down to the fish market, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, I stopped eating. Well, for the past week, that just passed, it's Friday now, I kind of stopped eating fish. and started ordering some type of shit. But it was good, right? But I got a friend and he's vegetarian. And I had some wings, and he's helping me with some stuff here. You know what I'm saying? He's helping me transition into some stuff. So I got my friend from Morocco here, and I'm supposed he's like my gym partner. I go to the gym with him and stuff like that, and just like hold the heavy bag and stuff. We go sparring and stuff. Just random shit, right? Man, this guy gave me like a bag, and it had lettuce in it, right? It had lettuce in it, y'all. No, wait, no, War Master. This is what I'm trying to say. It be when you least expect it. I'm pretty sure if I ate a damn squid, I wouldn't feel like this. But it had this bag of lettuce in it because, like, I was offering some chicken wings, and he's like, "No, I'm vegetarian." I'm like, "Oh shit, my bad." No disrespect, type shit, right? So, and I'm tasting this shit now that I'm burping and shit. This is the horrible thing. So there's like this sauce that kind of got peanut butter and some shit in it that they use out here. And this bag had like a bunch of lettuce in it. I didn't know it was like some food, some lettuce, and some other shit wrapped up in this. I mean, not lettuce, but it was like some peanut butter, some other shit wrapped up in this thing of lettuce. You could kind of pop them like sliders, right? So I'm like, okay, shit. Well, he's right. I should eat more lettuce. So a nigga was up here eating a bag of lettuce. So I thought. Till I start tasting like the peanut butter and shit and all kinds of shit, the little sauce in it. I was like, this shit good. And then there was like little pineapple chunks at the bottom of it. I'm like, damn, this shit good as hell. Y'all. Oh, it gets even worse. Tell me why I ate half of it. And I was working last night and I went to sleep. So, meanwhile, the first half, after I ate some other food, that meal is tearing up my insides. So I wake up in the middle of not even the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, and I'm like, damn, bro, my stomach is on 36. It's like, god damn. What could it have been? No, actually, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was somewhat just like sluggish. And guess what? I ate the rest of it. Oh yeah, so my morning was lit. My morning was lit. And nigga took a shower in fetal position, stomach just hurting. It was all bad. Right now, my stomach still hurts, and like I've been drinking water, and the water's been flushing it out, but the water's been making it worse. So I don't know if I need to throw up, or if I need. And I'm sorry to talk about this with y'all to the morning, but I don't know if I need to throw up, or go sit back down on the throne. He said Kuda eating weird shit. Now he's trying to justify it. No, man, I shouldn't have. That shit tastes good. I was gonna text him like, bro, what was that shit that you gave me? That shit was good as hell. I'm gonna let my guard down, y'all. Man, my stomach is fucked up. Almost didn't do today's show. That shit almost put me out of commission. But I said, nah, man. We just got the radio show back. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the like button and supporting the show. We got to build it back up as we go, You said that weird sauce plus the lettuce slider equals weird shit rumbling guts like unbalanced diet. That's what I'm saying. So, I don't know. Like, lettuce got fiber in it, right? That shit hit my stomach bad, y'all. Fiber. Nigga, my stomach was I don't wish this shit on nobody.
Period. You feel me?
Big bang, new cool, new waters, new rules. Too hot, too cold, too warm, too cool. Who you, boo hoo, you trash to you. 5-star red flag, gang, gang, Suwu. Big haters, big fans, worldwide, you knew. I got your hoe, she go cuckoo, nibble. I'm feeling like I'm a big bad wolf. Hee hee, ha ha, do you? Are you in the whole station? Are you in the dream chaser? Take all your money. Leave like a speed racer, they me the trash. I got the E-Races, can rapper beats. Call me the remaker, hot like Miami. Like on the heat, take a bitch, I got milk. Don't even need shakers, I go to LA by myself, don't need Lakers, yo, have it now. Shady the knee breaker, hold up, slow down. I in the gun now. Yo, bitch, a groupie, I'm making a choke now. I be so high like I'm talking to ghost now. First she was eating, I'm making a stroke now. You call her wifey, I call her my hoe now. He just, he can't even go to the store now. They caught him lagging, his bird on the floor now. I'm getting money that came up that road now.
That's funny because she actually can rap, you know, or at least put words together, you know. What's going on, Big Cap? Shout outs to Big Kidnap in the building, man. What's going on, player? So yeah, man. Shout outs to everybody over on Rumble. All right, as promised, we did a horizontal show. You know, we did a horizontal show today. All right. Shady is funny though. You know, go check out her Instagram. She you know, she's just a funny albino chick. You know. All right. Let's see. Did we pick up where we left off? Hold on, y'all. All right, let's go.
What Whoa Vicky and her brother, husband, kidnapper guy came up with.
Yeah, I think if you're on Rumble, vertical got to be pretty weird, you know. But YouTube is not that bad if you have like one of those big phones, you know. But I heard vertical is bad on YouTube if you have like a smaller phone, you know. And then the big phone loses real estate on some of the verticals also at the top. You know, it actually works on Rumble better. Instagram dimensions. You know, you have vertical, you have a different dimension for Instagram, and then you have a different dimension for vertical videos. If you do it manually and use OBS.
What's up, y'all? I'm so sorry. I apologize for trolling y'all like that. It was just a joke. I was just trying to show everybody that in America that it's not that serious, that Africa is a very safe country.
Well, here you go. She wanted to make sure that America, who already has a stereotype toward Africa being not so safe, was safe by getting herself fake kidnaps. Hold on. We gotta give this right here. This is for you, Whoa Vicky, because you get the dumbest influencer of the month award.
Now they want you to count to 11.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
She speaks so much, but I just feel like there is nothing going on up here. The wheels are not turning. So like I said, she did not take a break from social media. She actually has been posting a lot and going live on multiple accounts, including YouTube. Actually, while I was editing this, I caught one just posted 1 hour ago where she posts again about going to Nigeria alone with a sad child in the thumbnail. Don't let these titles fool you, though, or the times that this is a well thought out, action packed explanation of Nigeria.
I mean, she's been a content creator for a long time, so she knows what's gonna make y'all click. If you say America got these crazy stereotypes of Nigerian people, obviously you're gonna click on a picture with a big head boy on it. Like, come on now. Come on now.
Want to travel there, you know what to do and what not to do. Nope. The video I went to Nigeria all alone is 52 minutes of cell phone footage of all the clips that she put on TikTok.
Well, Master said one day, man, listen, I'm just drinking water. I'm not going to eat for like a whole day. Maybe some fruits and that's it. That shit tore up my insides, man. I'm like, this is ghetto. This is so ghetto.
TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Have fun now.
How you do?
What is this soap?
What is this soap?
See, there's the whole orange thing again. The video I got married in Nigeria explained. Spoiler, she didn't explain
Reposting
nothing. It was 18 minutes of her eating some type of meat in pure silence. I won't subject you to that. She eats with her mouth open. And actually, that clip I showed you with her dad, he does it too. So it's a whole family thing. Gross. There was the wedding inside this video that we already saw on TikTok, and it was even more weird because it was about 5 minutes of them standing around, taking pictures, still no explanation.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, hold up. No, you know what?
Then, whoa, Vicky jumping on a trampoline and ending it with her being the first white Nigerian rapper.
Nah, this is crazy too. Because remember last month where we were like cooking with Kaya. Oh, Vicky could do the same thing with, and a whole bunch of niggas are gonna be on her inbox. Well, Vicky can do the same thing, and a whole bunch of niggas gonna be on her inbox. Oh man, I'd like to cook with her. You know, that cooking with Kaya shit is hilarious. All right. What am I talking about? Guys like the ratchet. If guys didn't like the ratchet, she would have buried the hatchet and turned it off. And she don't turn it off.
Still absolutely no explanation. I don't even think there was a sentence in that whole video. My Whoa Vicky doll.
Music sound crazy when you're listening to it and recording it and you can't hear the beat.
She has a lower IQ than my dog.
Rigby, speak. Speak. Good boy. Rigby, do not go to Nigeria and say you got kidnapped. He's already doing better than Vicky.
Anywho, that's the story of the YouTuber that faked getting kidnapped to help Africa.
That's the sniffle. Well, Master said guys like cute plus ratchet. So where do you think that came from? You know, is that black culture? Because honestly, you know, men got it. Their taste is a little different. You know, their taste is thrown off. What other man vowed not to mess around with, it seems like that's wifey to a lot of dudes, you know. Now, shout outs to War Master being here. Let's take a look at this real quick. It is February, and you don't see a lot of black men in the black manosphere talking about Black History Month. You know, it's like they canceled it, and then you got the hoteps running around talking about some man Trump canceling Black History Month. You know, and didn't even say nothing. You know, you said, "Hey, yo, what's the word? A player got a new hobby. I'm about to in sim racing. What is sim racing? It's like simulation racing. Like if you go to the liquor store and you got like the horses racing, but it's with a car. What is sim racing, bro?" Speaking of Big Cat, man, I've been watching a lot of videos of old cars and stuff like that. I was watching a video with the Oldsmobile Aurora. I didn't know that had a 4-liter North Star engine or a variation of it. I've been watching like all of these older cars and stuff like that and Panther platform stuff. Shout outs to Doug DeMiro. I'm glad he does like older cars and stuff. Hold on, y'all. Okay. These are new Xbox games of 2025. Cause we jumping back into gaming, so it'll be a good idea to be looking out for some of these games. You know. Again, shout outs to War Master. You said some dudes like the cute wild chicks. Yeah. I mean, I think if you don't really have that much going on, yeah, you want somebody that's gonna give you like a adventure and stuff like that. I got a friend that he just codes all day, but he bought a Subaru WRX and he dates this wild bitch that just treats him like shit. And I'm like, you know, I don't know. You know, I mean, dudes get weird after a while, you know, so that is true. You know, and the taste fluctuates, you know. Sometimes these guys want somebody that's going to lead them somewhere. And guess what? Don't be surprised if she leads you nowhere, you know. You said instead of a console controller, It's an actual steering wheel and paddles. Yeah, man, I like those ones. I like the ones where you sit on that big ass chair and that shit start moving around. And I said, man, if I ever get rich, man, I'm gonna have a corner in my house dedicated to that. My bitch gonna get mad at me, bro. I'm never gonna get off of Gran Turismo. You know. You said, I'm gassing over first person drones and another roadcaster. Me too, bro. I just don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it. You know? I just don't want to see it. Because the first person drones, they got like 7K cameras. I just don't want to see it, bro. Hell no. Because I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad. Like, damn.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Watching that stuff. This almost looks like another Fallout. Wow, 1950.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I've got a little something special for you. We're gonna try out a brand new tune. Oh my, your music, your setting praise. Let's sing together.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of get tired of this game. So because there's so many versions of it. I think so this is another thing too. This is a Yakuza game. I heard the next Yakuza game is gonna be in like Hawaii, but this one looked like it's in goddamn Chicago. So I heard they have another Yakuza game coming out, and the concept of all the Yakuza games are damn near the same, you know, gang shit. But this is, I think this one is in Chicago.
Let's keep on singing another day.
Shout outs to everybody in the building. Please hit the like button, support the show. Let's get into the second half. Let's go. What's going on, Link? I do too, but they can get repetitive. You know, they can get super repetitive after a while. You know, but I do like Yakuza games. But they can get super repetitive. Then they got cool stuff on there like gambling and all kinds of different stuff. You know, the Yakuza games actually took over from another game that used to be popular back in the day called Shenmue. All right, Shenmue. All right.
Let's keep on singing night and day with a music.
That Wiz Khalifa? Wiz Khalifa?
I'm a dying breed, rare, yeah. I'm a dying breed. Let him hear the artillery.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, the fighting in Shenmue stuff.
This year the close, huddle up, this control. Gonna cook through the door, ain't nobody see us coming. We give it a shit to party. Sorry, I did not have no many toys. I got a gun in the hearing noise. The team moving up and they hear my voice. Hate the violence, but I wanna avoid it. I was worried about it, I ain't had a choice. Dying breed with a death wish, and I'm coming for you with a vengeance. Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, these days I wonder who the hell are they selling this to? They probably selling these games to kids. I I think the games that invented games like this, there was a game, I'm not sure if the name of it is right, called Time Stalkers. I have something I want to show y'all.
10 years ago, the Talos Principle took us on a journey into a unique future history. Now, return to the world of the simulation in a remastered and expanded edition that will redefine a genre classic. Rebuilt with the power of Unreal Engine 5, the world now radiates with unprecedented detail, as well as many quality-of-life improvements. This definitive edition includes its celebrated expansion, Road to Gehenna, and a bold new chapter, In the Beginning. Witness Alexandra Drennan as she orchestrates the simulation's first big test, facing questions that force her to confront her mortality. The Talos Principle Reawakened aims to reinvigorate the series' talented modding community with a new puzzle editor, allowing creators to shape new worlds and inspire generations of Talos fans to come.
See, these games don't even really look too appetizing. You know? Nah, man, I'm in pain right now. My stomach is killing me. I'm breathing heavy and shit. I sound fat. My stomach is killing me. Oh, wow, look at these channel platform support. Damn, you can't go live on Instagram off StreamYards? That sucks. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Let's get it.
The Talos Principle Reawakened also offers a chance to
What the fuck is this? Are we playing Tetris or are we just
explore the stories behind the game with its extensive developer commentary.
Games like this, you'll get stuck for hours.
Diving deep into inspirations and design philosophies of Crow Team's genre-defining.
So yeah, it's like what we were saying a minute ago. Just pay attention to the old games. Like the games from last year, 2 years ago. Those games are better. You know, the Starfields, even the racing games and stuff, you know. Oh, they got a new WWE game coming out, and they got Undertaker on it. That looks pretty cool, but somebody said they might mess that up too. All right, let's see what else we got. Before we get back into the topic, y'all hit the like button, support the show. Look at this. I want to talk to y'all about this. Look at this, y'all.
There are plans for a Sega PlayStation. Most people by now have heard the wild tale of the Nintendo PlayStation, a rare prototype that emerged from what was supposed to be a groundbreaking partnership between Nintendo and Sony.
Right.
This ill-fated console was designed to handle both Super Nintendo cartridges.
No, you know what? That was only the real time that I played that game. I liked how Lies of P looked. You know? And I do like those games. But you literally gotta sit down for those games. Like the games that's like Demon Souls or Demon Scrolls, you know what I'm saying? Cause like you can't really button mash the way you want to. And then they make sure you're blocking and timing a block and countering. And then, and then it's also somewhat like turn-based, like you gotta have your inventory right and stuff like that. So like games like Demon Scrolls or Demon Souls, or games like the Sekiro Shadows, or all them games, man, they get redundant after a while because it's like fighting an enemy is like a puzzle. You got to figure it out. But I'm not gonna lie, when you do win though, it's a satisfying feeling, But if you ever played any of those games on hard mode, God bless you. God bless you, because it's not gonna turn out the way you think it is.
and a proprietary CD-ROM format, with Sony eager to flex its muscles in the gaming industry by pushing its cutting-edge optical disc technology. But what happened next was pure corporate drama in what can only be described as one of the most brutal betrayals in gaming history. Nintendo stabbed Sony in the back in the most public way possible at the end of the 1991 Consumer Electronics Show, just one day after Sony proudly announced their deal with Nintendo. The gaming giant dropped a bombshell. They had secretly partnered with Philips instead for their CD-ROM plans. Furious at being cast aside in spectacular fashion, Sony later decided to enter the console market alone and do things on their own terms. This decision set off a chain reaction that would reshape the gaming industry forever. But before this, there is a middle chapter in this story that is rarely talked about, and that is Sony's Sega proposition. Sure, everyone knows about Nintendo's brutal backstab, but what's often overlooked is Sony's immediate response. Before unveiling the standalone Sony PlayStation, the company went into full-blown revenge mode, exploring every possible avenue to counter Nintendo's betrayal. From alternative collaborations to experimental hardware projects and even flirting with Nintendo's direct rivals, Sony wasn't just licking its wounds, it was plotting the ultimate comeback. A comeback that would heavily involve Sega. So, bearing that in mind, I am Lady Decade, and this is the lesser told story of the Sega PlayStation, a console that almost existed and would have
crazy
changed.
That you got women doing this type of content. You know, my favorite gamer girl is this Ethiopian-looking girl named Pelvic. She does this thing called Pelvic Gaming. She has this channel called Pelvic Gaming. She's actually pretty good. Her breakdown of Chrono Trigger was good. You dig? All right, let's go.
Everything. Yes, you heard that right, folks. The Sega PlayStation. This concept is so bizarre that it sounds like a glitch in the timeline, but as weird as that crossover sounds, this very nearly happened. It's weird to imagine an alternative universe where we received classics like Final Fantasy VII, but on Sega hardware. Speaking of this legendary game, you can buy the original, remake, and rebirth all for next to nothing by taking advantage of my affiliate links. In fact, you can get huge discounts on thousands of games, including a massive 43% off the brand new PC version.
You know, it was a good game and that did it well. Shadow of the Colossus. I love that game, Shadow of the Colossus.
Of a rebirth. Happy shopping, and I hope you find some bargains that suit your taste. After experiencing the very public fallout with Nintendo, Sony was out for blood. And if there was one man who knew how to give Nintendo a proper kicking, it was Tom Kalinske, the then president of Sega of America, the same man who had already made life hell for Nintendo in the US market. At the time, Sega's 16-bit powerhouse, the Genesis or the Mega Drive outside of North America, was dominating the United States, fueled by Sonic the Hedgehog's.
Not gonna lie, Sega does have a lot of cool main characters like Sonic, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong. Let's not even get to the Capcom shit, man.
Unstoppable
SNK and all, man. Sega.
Rise and Sega's aggressive marketing tactics. As their own slogan said, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. The funny thing about speaking with Sega is that Sony had actually helped shape Sega's biggest rival console in the past. Sony had played a crucial role in the Super Nintendo's development, designing its legendary SPC 700 sound chip, and had initially planned to support the console with a CD add-on before Nintendo's now infamous betrayal. One day, while sitting in his office, Tom Kalinske received an unexpected visit from Olaf Olafsson, the then president of Sony Electronic Publishing, and Mickey Schulhoff, president of Sony America. Rather than focus on small talk, the two men didn't waste any time. They got straight to the point, stating, "Tom, we really don't like Nintendo. You don't like Nintendo. We've got this little studio down in Santa Monica working on video games, but honestly, we're not sure what to do with it. We'd like Sega's help in training our team, and we believe optical discs are the future." To give a little bit more context, by 1991, Sega had already launched the Mega CD in Japan and the CD-ROM add-on for the Mega Drive that was set to debut in North America the following year as the Sega CD. However, despite Sega's bold move towards optical media, the add-on was struggling to find its footing, with a limited software library and heavy reliance on FMV-based games. Given this, it would possibly be in Tom Kalinski's and Sega of America's best interests to support Sony's Santa Monica studio. After all, if Sony could contribute to the development of new games, it would help bolster the Sega CD's lineup at a critical time, potentially giving the platform the push
Well, didn't Sega Saturn have CDs? Oh.
it desperately needed. Collaborating made a lot of sense. Naturally, Kalinske and Sega of America jumped at the opportunity and agreed to help the studio. Though what is really interesting is that the studio in question wasn't actually owned by Sony at all. Instead, it was Digital Pictures, an independent developer specializing in full motion video games, a genre that Sega was heavily pushing on the Sega CD. Originally, Digital Pictures had been developing games for Hasbro's ill-fated VHS-based console, the Control Vision. When that project was scrapped, the studio pivoted to the Sega CD, bringing its FMV-driven vision to a new...
Pause button's not working. What's going on, UFO Kamikaze? Good to see you. Shout-outs to everybody here. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please support the show. Ooh, I'm in pain. I'm in big pain right now. Oh, fuck. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please support the show. It's Player Talk Radio. We finally got our radio show back. Definitely got to build it back up from the bottom. But listen, I'm going to look at it like this. Dreamcast took a L, Dreamcast was ahead of its time. I loved Dreamcast. I used to borrow my best friend's Dreamcast, and she would, all kinds of games, Crazy Taxi, all kinds of different games, just it's just awesome. But it was ahead of its time, I wonder if a lot of Gen Xers were getting hell. I'm pretty sure they were getting hell. We came up in a generation, right, fellas, where your woman would make you feel bad if you stayed on the computer all day playing World of Warcraft or Minecraft or any type of game. Your woman will make you feel fucking bad. Like you're giving up your kids. And this was before women got sucked into the internet, because they're just as guilty, if not more. They're just as guilty, if not more. They're just as guilty, if not more. I gotta go charge this laptop. Damn, I can't even sit down. Lord have mercy. You said Gen X were OG slackers? Were the OG slackers? I don't think they were slacking. I mean, that's where the manosphere came from. Like a lot of people, look, Black Planet, MSN Messenger, AOL Messenger, all of these places, this is where the original manospheres came from. You sitting up there trying to grind and get a level 10 elf. Your wife bitching, she acting like, you don't spend time with your kids when you just spent time with her and the kids. And then your homeboys on the video game, they're in the chat room like, bro, like tell your wife to go to sleep, bro. We got stuff to do. You know? That's where some of the original Manosphere came from. Let's not overlook that. Oh man. I'm mad you missed. Oh man, you about to make me throw up, War Master. Oh my god, bro. No, this is bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I know this is horrible. I don't want to say that. I don't want this shit to be all over my damn computer. Bro, he said pesto, not Pepto. Pesto Bismol is the cure to weird shit. I don't know what Pepto Bismol looks like out here, man. I don't get food poisoning. I couldn't begin to tell you what to look for at some point, you know? I might just go eat a full pineapple.
More. Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck.
Hold on,
We're standing
y'all.
here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Oh Lord. Oh man, you said there were no slackers before us. We were the original video game pioneers. I could see that. I could see that because what was supposed to fall on the millennials, what was supposed to fall on Gen X actually fell on the millennials. You know? What was supposed to fall on Gen X actually fell on the millennials. You know? All right, let's go. Give me 1 second, y'all. I will be right back. I shouldn't have laughed like that. Shout outs to War Master again. Dropping a huge $20 on the Cash App. Again.
More. Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get back into it. It's player talk. Let me plug this in.
Most well-known FMV titles of the app and Sewer Shark, games that are still remembered today, though, in all honesty, more for their controversy, campy dialogue and B-movie aesthetics than their actual gameplay quality. In fact, Night Trap was talked about more for promoting
I heard of Night Trap.
So-called gratuitous violence and sexual aggression.
Yeah, and then that's another thing with today's games. They're really like marketing it towards feminists. I wouldn't even want to play 2K with a feminist, bro. They're like really marketing today's games towards feminists. What they did with Last of Us. Horrible.
Against women. On this alleged note, the chairman of Nintendo of America at the time, Howard Lincoln, stated that Night Trap has no place in our society and would never appear on a Nintendo system. A massive lie, considering that you can get this game now for the Nintendo Switch. So, what a massive tool. During the forgotten periods of cooperation between Sega and Sony, the American branches of both companies recognized that while the Sega CD was a step towards the future, its technology was far from ideal. Slow load times, limited color depth, and heavy reliance on FMV over true gameplay innovation exposed its shortcomings. It was clear that optical media held massive potential, but to truly succeed, it needed a more powerful, purpose-built system, not just a clunky add-on for aging hardware. As Tom Kalinske would later recall and put it, we had the Sony guys and our engineers in the United States come up with specs for what this next optical-based hardware system would be. Contributing further to this movement, armed with these new hardware specifications, Olaf Olafsson, Mickey Schulhoff, and Tom Kalinske travelled to Japan for a crucial meeting with Ken Kutaragi, the visionary engineer behind the Super Nintendo's SPC 700 sound chip. Kutaragi was the perfect person to have on board, as he had been deeply involved in Sony's early gaming efforts, including the Nintendo PlayStation and the Super NES CD-ROM project, both of which had collapsed after Nintendo's betrayal. Now he was looking for a new way forward, and Sega might have been the perfect partner. This same man, who is now recognized as the father of the PlayStation, was immediately enthusiastic about the idea of working with Sega. He saw it as a brilliant opportunity to push forward Sony's ambitions in gaming while leveraging Sega's experience in the console market. In some ways, this pairing was a sort of dream team. Kutaragi understood the financial risks involved, acknowledging that both companies would inevitably lose money on hardware in the short term. But he had ideas to work around this. The solution? Jointly market a single system, the Sega-Sony console, and split any financial losses. By combining Sega's brand recognition and Sony's cutting-edge technology, he thought they could dominate the next generation before Nintendo even had a chance to respond. And just like that, the Sega PlayStation was set in motion. Multiple individuals at Sony were fully on board, ready to bring their ideas to life. Now, all Tom Kalinske had to do was convince his bosses in Japan to give the project the green light. But if you know anything about Sega's internal politics, you already likely know where this story is going. Sega president Hayao Nakayama and the board of directors didn't just reject the proposal, they obliterated it without a second thought, scoffing at the mere suggestion. To Sega's leadership in Japan, the idea of collaborating with Sony on a new console wasn't just absurd, it was downright laughable. To them, Sega was a true gaming powerhouse, while Sony was nothing more than a glorified electronics peddler with zero credibility in the console space. Teaming up with Sony wasn't just unthinkable, it was akin to surrendering their own industry to an unworthy outsider. Sega's top brass had no intention of bowing to a company they saw as irrelevant in the gaming world. Typical Japanese businessman hubris, but what was new? To be fair to them though, Sega of Japan likely harboured the same paranoia as Nintendo, an obsessive need to guard their hardware and software ecosystem, treating third-party partnerships as a direct threat to their control over the industry. The thought of handing even a shred of power to Sony, a corporate giant with deep pockets and global influence, was somewhat of a risk. It was speculated that if Sony got a foothold in gaming and actually succeeded, then what was stopping them from steamrolling Sega out of existence? To Sega's leadership, this wasn't a golden opportunity, it was a Trojan horse, and they had no intention of letting it through the gates. But despite the negatives of teaming up, there was also a lot of upsides that Sega of Japan seemed to have been overlooking too. The very pros Tom Kalinske was so keen to embrace. But blinded by arrogance, Sega didn't just turn Sony down, they slammed the door in their face, oblivious to the fact that they were rejecting not just a mere proposal, but the future of gaming itself. As history shows, this catastrophic misstep set off a chain reaction that would reshape the industry forever. Now having been spurned by both Nintendo and Sega, Sony's frustration hardened into a cold desire for independent dominance. What started as a grudge against Nintendo had evolved into something far more dangerous, an unrelenting drive to take over. Still, this wasn't the only mistake that was made during this period. Around this time, Sega of Japan managed to alienate yet another key figure. Sega of America's second-in-command, Steve Race. Despite his vital role in Sega's US operations, Race found himself routinely dismissed and undermined by Japan's leadership. Yet another casualty of their insular, short-sighted decision-making. So, you can probably guess where this man went. That's right. When Sony came a-knocking, Race didn't think twice. Seeing a chance to be a part of something revolutionary, he wasted no time in jumping ship to help bring Sony's new console to life, a decision that would come back to haunt Sega in the years to come. No one should have been surprised. Sega of Japan had spent years undercutting and disregarding Sega of America's leadership, and Race wasn't just the latest victim of their relentless self-inflicted sabotage. As internal divisions deepened, Sega's arrogance wasn't just costing them talent, it was sealing their fate. Meanwhile, Sega of Japan barreled ahead with its own vision for the next generation. The Sega Saturn, a CD-based console it's believed would solidify its dominance. But while forward thinkers like Tom Kalinske and Ken Kutaragi recognized 3D polygonal graphics as the inevitable future, Sega of Japan refused to see the writing on the wall, stubbornly clinging to its 2D arcade legacy. Rather than embracing the shift, they built the Sega Saturn as a 2D juggernaut, fine-tuned for sprite-based arcade games with 3D capabilities awkwardly bolted on as an afterthought, a fatal design flaw that would cripple the console's future. In the US, 3D gaming was already taking over, with games like Virtua Fighter and Star Fox leading the charge, and the PlayStation generating enormous buzz. This meant that releasing the next-gen console built around outdated 2D technology in a rapidly evolving 3D market wasn't just a misstep, it was commercial suicide. Kalinske saw the disaster coming from a mile away, and history would prove him right. What a mess. During this era, in Sega's frantic bid to outmaneuver Sony and Nintendo, Sega of Japan made another catastrophic miscalculation. They rushed the Saturn to market. Driven by sheer panic at Sony's growing presence, they bet everything on brand loyalty and their arcade pedigree, convinced it would be enough to secure victory. But they couldn't have been more wrong. Just like Nintendo before them, Sega underestimated Sony, and the consequences would be brutal. What Sega failed to grasp was that Sony wasn't just another gaming rival. They were an industrial titan with financial firepower that Sega could only dream of. Unlike Sega, Sony could afford to bleed money in the short term, knowing it would pave the way for total domination later. And when the moment came, they wielded that advantage like a weapon. E3 1995 was meant to be Sega's triumphant moment. They took the stage, brimming with confidence, proudly announcing the Saturn's price, $399. They believed they had pulled off a masterstroke. After all, they had just self-launched the console in North America that very day, months ahead of schedule. Then came Sony's turn. Their presentation? No long speeches, no corporate fluff, just one man stepping up to the microphone.
$299.
The room erupted. It was a mic drop moment, a single number that humiliated Sega, stunned the industry, and sent shockwaves through the console war. By this point, the PlayStation had already taken Japan by storm after its December 1994 launch, but its North American debut was still on the horizon. E3 1995 was where Sony struck with surgical precision, undercutting Sega by a full $100, instantly killing any advantage the Saturn's rushed launch might have given them. Before the PlayStation had even hit store shelves, Sega's hopes were dead in the water. Sony's masterstroke wasn't just about pricing, it was a showcase of their marketing brilliance, technological superiority, and sheer financial might. The PlayStation, engineered by Ken Kutaragi and backed by Norio Oga, was not just another console. It was a declaration of war. It was proof that Sony understood exactly where the industry was heading, while their rivals remained stuck in the past. Sega and Nintendo, shackled by outdated industry models and a refusal to evolve, couldn't see the shift happening right in front of them. Sony was not just following trends, it dictated them. And by the time their competitors finally realized what had happened, the battle was already lost. Sega's pig-headed refusal to evolve was their death warrant. By failing to build a console that could stand toe-to-toe with the PlayStation, they doomed themselves to a slow, agonizing downfall, one that would ultimately drive them out of the hardware business for good. For Sega, it was a humiliating end. For Sony, it was cold, calculated revenge, served with a smirk. The Sega PlayStation never existed. Maybe Sega of Japan thought they had nothing to gain by backing it, but history tells a different story, one littered with catastrophic blunders that cost them everything. Had Sega swallowed their pride and joined forces with Sony instead of arrogantly brushing them aside, the entire gaming landscape might have been unrecognizable today. Who knows, maybe Sega, not Sony, would be sitting atop the industry throne. As stated earlier in the video, it's strange to imagine an alternative universe where classics like Final Fantasy VII launched on Sega hardware. Speaking of this legendary title, you can grab the original, remake, and rebirth for next to nothing by using my affiliate link. Plus, there are huge discounts on thousands of games, including a massive
All right, hold on, y'all. Hold up. All right, I'm back. Oh, this is bad. All right, yo, I shouldn't have laughed that hard, man. That, oh my god, I overtrusted that laugh, man. Shout outs to War Master, man. Bro, this shit is ghetto, man. It's like gotta run to the bathroom and take a shower each time. So my bad. I am cold right now. You know, yeah, I'm just in bad shape today. But listen, the show must go on, man. It's Player Talk Radio. Shout outs to everybody in the building. I am your gracious host, DJ Kuda. You said Sony is weird, just like their gamers, man. I like Sony. You know, Tomb Raider, the first one, that game used to scare the hell out of me because, like, you're in this cave on the demo, and like you got to go fight these tigers and shit, which is crazy. What was I about to say? My favorite game was Intelligent Cube. You know, that was a pretty good game. You know, at the time, you dig. But you know, what a day. I'm having a crazy fucking day, and it is just getting started. You know, let me do this. But shout outs to that sister there. You know, doing the history. She has a video like that. I'm probably pretty sure she just repurposed it and updated some stuff, but like from 7 years ago. You know, would you guys marry a gamer girl if she was you know talking you know right? Would you guys marry a gamer girl? All right, let's get into this real quick. We still have yet to
This morning the Trump administration
see a lot of people talk about these tariffs, but a lot of Hotep dudes are talking about it, but they're talking about why other Hotep dudes aren't talking about it. So it's like the weirdest shit ever. All right, hold on.
Tariffs against 3 of our largest trading partners took effect. Starting today, February 1st, imported goods from both Canada and Mexico will incur a 25% tariff, and imports from China will get hit with a 10% tariff. According to New York Times, and
they need to call it what it is: tax.
Analysis, these tariffs could affect 40% of all U.S. imports, including everything from avocados to lumber to car parts.
I like
to
avocados.
Oil. Now, as I said, Mexico, Canada, and China are our biggest trading partners. The United States imports roughly.
Well, Master, there might be a tariff on the Shure SM7B. You know, they didn't turn into the SM7B until they moved to Mexico. Uh-oh. There might be a tariff on the SM7B, y'all.
$1.3 trillion worth of goods and materials.
Hopefully Amazon covers it for us.
From those three countries alone. Trump and his new press secretary have cited the flow of both migrants and drugs like fentanyl as the main reasons for imposing these tariffs. And Trump has claimed that the tariffs will raise trillions of dollars.
The irony is, in and of all of this politics and stuff, is what if I was to tell you that Americans don't want it to stop? Because if they did, it would.
From foreign governments. But most economists agree that's not how this works. So let's dig into it. These tariffs are essentially a tax levied on imported goods, meaning that the U.S. companies which seek to buy goods from other countries must pay that additional tax or tariff. That fee is not paid by the nation that sends the goods, but by the American importer. And that increased cost is almost always passed on to American consumers to offset the company's new higher expense. For a moment, let's focus on the trade that occurs between the United States, Mexico, and Canada.
MSNBC wouldn't lie to me. Oh, yes, they will.
The North American trading bloc is the largest trading bloc in the world. The trading relationships we have with Mexico and Canada, respectively, are larger than any trade agreements we have.
Man, I got to ask Nicer. I wonder if Nicer got hit with a tariff. Oh, you want this vocal mic? Damn, man, I hit you with a tariff. I gotta ask Nicer, War Master. She got the new shore. I wonder if Nicer got hit with a tariff. Shit.
Anywhere else in the world. And because our North American bloc has enjoyed more than 30 years of free trade agreements, from the Auto Pact with Canada to the Free Trade Agreement with Canada to the North American Free Trade Agreement, which included the United States and Mexico, to the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. Today, our three economies are deeply and intricately intertwined. In 2023, the United States imported roughly $475 billion worth of goods from Canada. Our top import from Canada is, far and away, crude oil. After that, top categories include automobiles and car parts, machinery like nuclear.
All right, so look at this. Imports.
Reactors and
imports. Hold on. Imports 475 billion total. Exports 35 billion. Oh, that's why he said that we'll get it back. Crude oil 92 billion. Vehicle parts 34.7 billion. Machinery 52 billion. Petroleum products 28 billion. Damn, there's a lot of fucking money. Plastics.
Our top import from Canada is, far and away, crude oil. After that, top categories include automobiles and car parts, machinery like nuclear reactors, and materials like plastics, wood, metals, and a lot of minerals. The same year, the United States exported roughly $350 billion worth of goods to Canada, including automobiles and car parts, machinery, electronics, oil and gas products, and plastics. So we buy more from Canada than we sell.
Well, it's right there.
To Mexico. In 2023, we imported roughly $418 billion worth of goods, a little less than we buy from Canada. Top imports from Mexico include automobiles and their parts, computers, crude oil, and fruits and vegetables. Notably, half of America's imported fruit and more than 2/3 of our imported vegetables come from Mexico. Mexico is also the #1 supplier of medical supplies and devices for U.S. hospitals and doctors.
That's how they get the drugs in here, because remember, they be finding watermelon, and then the person at the border cut up on a watermelon, and it's like nothing but cocaine in the damn watermelon. It's not even a watermelon.
Offices. Now, in that same year, 2023, the United States exported roughly $320 billion worth of goods to Mexico, including electronic equipment, machinery, automobiles and parts, oil and gas products, and plastics, similar to Canada. And similarly, we sell Mexico less than we buy from them. Most American cars contain parts that are made in Mexico and Canada. And in the process of manufacturing, many American car parts cross continental borders multiple times. Experts estimate that barring exceptions, car prices will increase by thousands of dollars. Many products like cars, electronics, denim, blue jeans, home goods, processed foods, they cross back and forth between all three North American countries as they're processed from raw materials to parts to a finished product at the point of sale. The decades of free trade between us and our neighbors have allowed that process and that relationship to develop. The United States imports roughly 70% of its crude oil from Canada and Mexico. And though Trump has indicated that there may be a 10% tariff on petroleum products instead of the 25% tariff being applied to the other sectors, the Council on Foreign Relations suggests that American consumers can expect to see gas prices rise at least 50 cents per gallon. In response to these new tariffs, both Canada and Mexico have announced plans to implement retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods, but the details on those are still to come.
Yeah, they
Prime
bluffing.
Minister Justin Trudeau has said that Canada will respond.
That's what I'm saying. They're bluffing. They're bluffing. What type of tax they're gonna put on that? They bluffing, man. Crazy.
Unquote, forcefully but reasonably. And Canada's former finance minister suggested targeted tariffs of their own in order to exert political pressure. Her suggestion, published as an op-ed in the Financial Times, suggested targeted tariffs on Tesla products and products from Republican-led states. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum has also indicated that she is prepared to impose retaliatory tariffs, but hasn't provided details about what they might be. As our trade partners determine their responses to these new tariffs, Trump's new trade plan, now in effect today, has the potential to reshape decades of complex, hard-won international trade deals on which we've all come to rely.
All right. Interesting. Listen, y'all. I gotta go take another shower. My stomach, y'all. God damn. I've never had this. Well, I'm not gonna say I never had this type of pain before. It's been a long time since my stomach has been just. I don't know what's going on. Damn, I can't even find the video I wanted to find. Where the girl's like, my stomach. That's how I feel. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I gotta find the folder with it in it. Oh, Lord. It's like, you can never get a break. Can never get a break, y'all. Yeah, this ain't it. Yeah, this ain't it. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Remember this guy? We're going to do another video on him. Remember this guy? Talked about him earlier. Actually, I did 2 videos. Let's do the horizontal video. Oh man, this is crazy, man. Remember the Aaron guy, the turtle man from the Arlette Armuli Pop the Balloon show? Well, I don't know what's wrong with bro, but listen, I don't know. He just be finding himself into some stuff, man. Well, he went from the Pop the Balloon show to this.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Queen.
Shout out to
man,
LT, man.
Watch how you talking to me, man. For real.
Did you care about that when you were trying to kiss me? Aaron.
Bro, I got food poisoning yesterday, man, and this whole morning I just need to meditate under the shower at this point. This is just bad. The shout outs to shout outs to LT man in the building. Make sure y'all head to hempforfitness.com because Lord knows that would have helped my ass today. Lord knows that would have helped my ass. All right. Y'all make sure y'all hit the hempforfitness.com. I would have whipped up a tincture and got this shit squared away, But the good thing about this week is that the radio show is back, okay? But now we're gonna go in on a little bit and see what's going on. This is the second he, she, or woman that he fought. Remember, he got into a fight or some type of dispute with that Rosario chick. I think she runs the show, and he was calling her racist, and he said he was gonna sue the show, and they ended up paying him out. They ended up paying him out, but now he's fighting transmissions. He's fighting whole transmissions. Yeah, it's a boo boo day, man. This is bad. But yeah, he's fighting transmissions now, and it's just crazy, man. It's like bro can't go nowhere, man, on the face of this planet without running into some bullshit. He can't go nowhere on this planet without running into some bullshit. And I'm just looking at it like this. It's like, bro, he been to jail, so it could go both ways, Seeing a trans like that or getting talked to by a trans like that, yeah, I mean, he might have flashbacks, Some of these dudes, when they in jail, they got to fight for their damn manhood, So, he starts slavery swinging and shit like that, because, after a while, he just starts slavery swinging on this young lady or this guy, right? So, what's I about to say? And then you never know. I mean, like I said, a lot of these guys been to jail, including this guy. So he might have been shooting a shot at her. Because I mean, just because you wouldn't do it, don't mean that the trans person is always capping. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, LT man. He might have tried to talk to her. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, and it's crazy. I mean, sometimes you do got to go with what the women say, and I'm on bro's side, but I don't know. Women will pick up on things. Some of them, because they play dumb too. Women will pick up on things a lot of guys don't pick up on. So how like yeah, that's what I don't know. Yeah, I'm praying that's not the case, LT man. But think about it. How the girls on the show reacted to him, how he reacted to them. He still don't got a little shorty around here. I mean, you can have a little girlfriend and get invited onto a show like that, but Lord have mercy. All right, we back. Hold on. Yeah, like a lot of the guys that try to play tough, you know, other than women, the transmissions will call they bluff. You did. The transmissions will call they bluff. You know. Ooh, I'm in pain. All right, let's go. Let's go.
What the fuck you want to do?
And it's funny because when you're like a big buff dude like that, bro, when you throw a punch, go down the center. This man was throwing overhead haymakers and nobody was in front of him. I got a still shot where it looked like that picture of Goku and Frieza hitting each other at the same time? That's what that shit looked like. That shit looked like Goku and Frieza hitting each other at the same time.
100, what you want to do?
What the hell?
See?
This shit is crazy, man. So he went from the Pop the Balloon show to fighting a, trans dude, you know what I'm saying? On the Zeus network, man.
Yeah, and then that's another thing too, LT man. When they get around their little girlfriends and stuff like that, they turn into something completely different. You know?
Hey,
Queen.
Hey, man, you better watch how you talking to me, man. For real.
Did you care about that when you were trying to kiss me? Aaron.
And then also too, they feel like it's their job in some weird way, like women are gonna respond to it the way they think they are. They think it's their job to let everybody know that, this person is in the house is gay. When whole T they gay. I don't know. I don't know how the shit works, but okay.
What the fuck you want to do? Keep it in 100, what you want to do?
Knock the Y chromosome back in that nigga. What you want to do? Hey, LT man, what you want to do? That nigga got his reset button hit. He just dropped the whole act. What you want to do? I just got hit in the face by a strong ass nigga, and it didn't knock me out. What you want to do? Aaron is supposed to be a blood too. Like you not getting into squabbles?
What the hell?
What you want to do?
This shit is crazy, man. So he went from the Pop the Balloon show to fighting a, trans dude, you know what I'm saying? On the Zeus network, man. And like I said, man, I definitely had high hopes for bro, because they were doing him dirty while he was here. And people, man, a lot of people,
and that's obviously a dude. That's obviously a dude. Yeah, he did look a little guilty.
People showed their hand on this.
LT man said he wanted man butt
situation. You know what I'm saying? MTR dropped the ball. O'Shea dropped the ball. Ringo.
He wanted
man
man
a lot of
butt.
People, you know what I'm saying? And then, it was that other lady. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow.
Where Gail at?
Well,
I need to tag Gail.
I don't know what to tell y'all, man. This is gonna be a crazy story. I'll have more on it, man. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.
All right, LT man. I'll
host
stop.
DJ Kuda right back at the helm of today's.
I gotta stop making all these jokes too because Warmaster made me laugh earlier, and I said, "Oh damn, I overdid it." But listen, y'all. Shout outs to everybody here. Keep your eyes open. I can't go to sleep. I can't lay on my back. I can't lay on my stomach. I can't lay on shit. I'm getting offended by the puns that I'm making. I can't lay on a damn thing. I haven't gotten food poison like this. And the food poisoning was even worse, y'all, because it was some vegetarian shit. Man, when I popped one of those big pieces of lettuce with whatever the fuck was inside of it with the peanut butter shit, man, I was like, man, this shit tastes way too good. I gotta ask him where he got it. Now I really gotta ask him where he got it, because that shit fucked my stomach up. My stomach sound like a pair of Hirachis in a washing machine, man. This shit ain't cool, man. I'm behind on work, all kinds of shit, But I appreciate you guys rocking with the show, on air, off air, because you rock with the show anywhere. I'm sorry if it got a little graphic today. But look, we're going to go live later on tonight for me. It's already 9:26. So I should be live like around 12. You know. The lettuce was raw. I don't know about the peanuts. But I know the sauce because I'm not even gonna tell you what I did. You said one of the supervisors walked up to me and asked if I was okay. That's funny as hell. And you can't even tell them what. Yeah, this is not a safe at work, show. You dig? What's going on, Mr. 7030? Good to see you, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, man. I gotta give you a wrench, man. Remind me to give you a wrench on the next show because I got a menu dive to pull up a wrench. You said, how did Ringo drop the ball? So basically, they were trying to get Aaron Sloan, I think. I know his name is Aaron. They were trying to get him in the Manosphere. MTR, a whole bunch of other people. And they dropped the ball. MTR dropped the ball. O'Shea dropped the ball. These are people on the internet asking to see this man's credentials. Like, what? Yes, sir, LT, man. It should be 11 or 10 where you are. But it's like Chicago. That's in Chicago, my bad. The Manosphere dropped the ball. Ringo was even hating on dude and was like, yo, show us your plumbing license and all this other all this other stupid shit. Like the man's supposed to openly dox himself for the Manosphere. Like these people are gonna make him a star in the Manosphere. You know what I'm saying? Because that his performance on the Pop the Balloon show was a big deal. And then there was this other woman that used to hang around the Roger Report. Yeah, she was going off too. So shout outs to Gail. Shout outs to my girl Gail at Night. Gail at Night was the voice of reason, with all the BS that was going on. Gail really was on the case. And the crazy thing is that, once Gail, cleared old boy's name, honestly, and I cleared old boy's name. Shout outs to Salty Balls, pause. Maybe, I don't know, LT, man. That's probably true. That lettuce probably wasn't washed long enough, but it might have been that peanut butter sauce. That shit was good as hell. But not like that, I guess. But I'm gonna just stick to eating fruits, y'all. I'm thinking about going fruitarian or pescatarian, just do fruits and fish. And then my stomach was weak, honestly, this week, y'all, because I haven't been eating. And actually, no, it was not. I've been eating a lot of weird shit. So War Master is correct. He never catches me when I don't eat the weird shit. But I this past week I have been eating a lot of weird shit. I slowed down on the fish a little bit. But anyway, man, I'm gonna see if we can get Gail on the show. Ringo fumbled it. Ringo fumbled a lot of stuff. Ringo fumbled like 3-4 different things. Last year. The new breed dude and the, so it's a lot, man. But listen, y'all, it's Player Talk Radio. I am your gracious host, DJ Kuda, right back at the helm of today's show. Thank you guys that have been rocking with me, man. We got the radio show back. Thank you, everybody that hit the like button and supported the show via Cash App, via PayPal.
Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Shout out to everybody in the building. It's Player Talk Radio. We out. Peace.
Exclusive hood rich shit, bitch. DJ Iceberg.
Hood rich bitch.
Yeah, it's how I
kick my sum off, reclining on that butter soap. Got me feeling like I flipped 100 somersaults. Hit the cough, blow the best. I got high standards. Hand me clenching to your chest, Fred G. Sanford. I tell it, you ain't shit. I'm a Mac a player. See the skins on these steppers. That's an alligator. She on me like an elevator. Should've been pimped. Super. Think of Clark Kent sister. Yeah, I stay trapping like a vice lord. Stay strapped like a patient in the psych ward. I held up to his head, boy, I'm not going. Butter so soft, you can pour it over popcorn.
I'm riding on chrome, ain't nothing better. You know what I'm on. They pushing that leather, flicking through the city with they on my lap. No seatbelt, but it's still strapped. Yeah, I'm on that pushing that leather. You know what it is when I put them both together. I'm all about this pimpin', baby, get up in my ride. It's going down tonight. Yeah.
Riding in my old school with my new sitting on sixes. I'm throwing deuces. Now the garbage bag, Kush vaporized. Got the type of paper make a couple testify. So trill and I put that on this 45. 40 million trying to buy a puffy house. I'm into things, culinary arts. In the Porsche, you can smell the poultry when I park. Used to wear a vest, now I just don't give a 30 at the bar, really I don't give a 20 in the strip club, I'ma live it up. Turn around, put the pimpin' down, she gotta give it up.
I'm riding on chrome, ain't nothing better. You know what I'm on. They pushing that leather, flicking through the city with they on my lap. No seatbelt, but it's still strapped. Yeah, I'm on that pushing that leather. You know what it is when I put them both together. I'm all about this pimpin', baby, get up in my ride. It's going down tonight.
Combination is plentiful, the whole shit is expendable. The leather in my lap is similar to a living room. So sit back and relax as we climax to the pinnacle. As long as you relax, the conversation is minimal. They say that pimpin' there, well, cause I'm living proof. Minus the alligators, activators, and linen suit. Yeah, baby, cause you know what I'm on. Cause we living for the moment, day you here, next day you gone. So it's gon' last forever, well, at least the switch is gone. But she got more than enough, so just roll up and repeat the song. Baby, you know that I'm fly, it's in my SY chromosome. You can see by the way I'm riding, you can smell it from my cologne.
I'm riding on chrome, ain't nothing better. You know what I'm on. They pushing that leather, flicking through the city with they on my lap. No seatbelt, but it's still strapped. Yeah, I'm on that pushing that leather. You know what it is when I put them both together. I'm all about this pimpin', baby, get up in my ride. It's going down tonight. Yeah.
My stomach. Shout outs to everybody here, man. See you on the next one. My stomach is killing me.